Hey people. Whoopsie daisy. I thought that was gonna auto mute right at the very beginning of the stream. I didn't think that it was gonna give me a double intro there right at the very beginning. Hey people, how's it going? Hope everybody's doing all right. I noticed that Claude is currently doing a live stream now. If you guys want to go check that out, I don't want to just make everybody only watch over here. You know, I feel like it'd be in poor taste to not at least point out that Claude's also doing a live now. I put him in a bit of a shitty position, right? Because I meant to go live about an hour ago. Well, truth be told, I meant to go live about 3 hours ago. But the research for this episode has been quite intense, truth be told. It's been quite intense indeed. And I hope that it will result in a good product. It'll result in a good show that everybody will enjoy. Only time will tell after all. But I want to give people a little bit of an opportunity to kind of shuffle in, so to speak. And I figured what better opportunity to give people to come into the show than to play a quick classic segment, Trump Without Trump. First and foremost, before I go into reviewing Trump Without Trump, I just want to share a certain comment that I got recently, because the comment that I got was pretty dang cool. I'm sure that people out there right now in the chat are probably thinking, oh God, here we go. Yet another Lupin comment that Aiden's about to overview. But I think based on the fact that I said that it was cool, I would hope that would kind of give you a hint, so to speak, as to what I'm talking about. So, we see here, as the creator of the Trump Without Trump videos, I can guarantee that the words are 100% accurate. I should be making more of them this week. Thanks for not blocking my logo. That's happened a few times, and I've had them pulled due to copyright strike. I don't care if people reuse them, as long as it's clear that they aren't trying to pass them off as their own work, which you obviously did not do here. Thanks. To which I replied and said, thank you very much for the very funny and enjoyable content. I appreciate you being so gracious about me using it. Isn't that cool? Because I've watched those every once in a while, just like on my own time before doing my own show. I figured, what the hell? I'll incorporate that as a little segment on my show. That sounds kind of fun. Do Trump Without Trump. And lo and behold, the freaking creator of the entire concept came over and paid me a little visit. That's kind of cool, right? It's kind of cool. So yeah, with that being said, let's have a look at probably my favorite segment, certainly the only long-time recurring segment on the show, Trump Without Trump, ladies and gentlemen.
It's Trump Without Trump. You won't have to listen to his voice or see his face. This quote is unedited and 100% accurate. This is from Trump's speech at the America Business Forum on November 7th, 2025. These are the words of the President of the United States of America. But as I've warned for many years, our opponents are hell-bent on turning America into a communist Cuba, a socialist Venezuela, and you see what happened to those places. For generations, Miami has been a haven for those fleeing communist tyranny in South Africa. I mean, if you take a look at what's going on, parts of South Africa, look at South Africa, what's going on? Look at South America, what's going on? You know, I'm not going. We have a G20 meeting in South Africa. South Africa shouldn't even be in the G's anymore because of what's happened there is bad. I'm not going. I told them I'm not going. I'm not going to represent our country there. That shouldn't be there. Take a look at what's happening in different parts of South America. Take a look at what's happening in different parts of the world. But now the Democrats are so extreme that Miami will soon be the refuge for those fleeing communism in New York City. They flee. They flee. Where do you live? New York City. But I'm trying to leave because I don't want to live in a communist regime. I hope it works out for New York. I love New York. I loved York, and when I left New York for the White House, it was good, except we had, the telltale signs of trouble because we had a guy named de Blasio. Did you ever hear of this mayor? He goes down as probably the worst mayor in history. Then he went to Harvard to teach government. You believe it? They took de Blasio, and they took that mayor from Chicago, the woman, the one that gets her hair done very expensively. Right, beautiful hair. She got beautiful, luxuriant hair, and they took her, and she's teaching at Harvard. Donald J. Trump.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Donald Trump, for being the voice of reason that this stream needed. I see Monsieur Bez has come and joined the stream. He says, I was only doing a fill-in show, so I'll do mine another day. Well, Monsieur Claude, I know that there is no problem with you filling things in, so I appreciate you waiting another day for doing such a thing. Alrighty. I'm sure all of you have been waiting with bated breath. You've been waiting in anticipation. What the hell is Aiden about to talk about? And I'm sure a bunch of you, I should say, probably have some kind of idea in your heads as to what I'm going to be talking about. Because you see here, I did a poll recently on my channel, and I said, new show topic. Which would you rather see covered on the show next? Insane pre-industrial wars, climate collapse, an overview, or labor through the ages? And it seems like we had a pretty definitive winner. Seems like insane pre-industrial wars. Kind of ran away with it, didn't it? Wasn't even close. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I am here to pronounce that we are going to be covering none of these topics whatsoever. None of these topics at all. That's right. I pulled a fast one on each and every single one of you. I did a little bit of subterfuge over here on the Aiden Linden program. No siree. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be covering a topic that I thought was pretty darn interesting, and that is an overview of presidential pardons throughout the ages. Now, specifically, presidential pardons throughout my lifetime, right? Because we could go through literally every single president that's ever existed in American history, but I don't necessarily know if that's a worthwhile endeavor, you know? I figured if we kind of kept things to a fairly narrow scope, that'd be a pretty good way of looking at it. So, I've narrowed it down to two categories. For the first episode, I'm going to be covering white-collar crime. People that have been pardoned for different white-collar crimes, as you see here in this particular image. And I'm going to be sticking to the 4 presidents that have occupied my lifetime. That being these 4 fine fellows that you see before your eyes: George W. Bush, Barack Hussein Obama, Donald Genius Trump, and I think I'm from Scranton or something like that, Jack. Joseph R. Biden. We're going to be looking at the most egregious single examples of white-collar criminals being pardoned by each one of these gentlemen tonight on a highly experimental episode of the Aiden Linden broadcast. Please do let me know what you think about this before, during, and after the segment. Thank you very much. So, oftentimes when talking about presidential pardons, people are actually referring to commutations, or the commuting of one's sentence to prison. There's a key difference there, in that a pardon both erases the charges and releases the person from prison, while a commutation will only release the person from prison early whilst not removing the charge from the person's record. Today, I want to focus on people who committed white-collar crimes in the United States that received both pardons and commutations from various presidents. I've attempted to do some serious research into this prior to the show, but people are, of course, welcome to go back and fact-check everything I say here today in order to make sure that what I'm saying is accurate. So I'm sure you might be thinking, why am I looking specifically into people who committed white-collar crimes? Well, because I think, while the handling of things like nonviolent drug possession under Biden or releases for good prison behavior under Obama make for good headlines, they don't illustrate the fact that every single American president within my lifetime has, to some degree or another, in my opinion, released people who ought have stayed behind bars for their crimes. Plus, this leaves the possibility open for a non-white collar episode in the future, if this one does well. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. If you're thinking about violent offenders, if you're thinking about drug offenders, don't you worry. I've got all of those lingering in the back of my mind as well, and we will most certainly take the time and effort to cover those on a future episode if this one does well. We'll take a look at what are, in my opinion, the worst instances of white-collar clemency from these four presidents. So, with that being said, we'll look first at George W. Bush, who pardoned Isaac Towsey after serving his time in prison and home sentencing in December of 2008. So Isaac Towsey, pictured here, grew up in a New York real estate investor family and began partaking in the family business in the early 1990s, successfully working alongside his father in the business, which often marketed to low and middle income home buyers in the New York area. His case is an interesting one because it's kind of a peek into a pre-2008 housing bubble fraud case handled by the Bush administration, but it's kind of being handled by the Bush administration during the actual 2008 crash in terms of when this attempted pardon is being issued, right? So let's get into it. So Towsey was initially charged in 2000 by the United States District Court of the Eastern District of New York for making false statements to the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, or HUD, and charged again in 2001 for mail fraud in connection with fraudulent mortgage transactions. In a tactic often associated with mid to late 2000s era brokers and investors, prosecutors and civil litigants said that Towsey used his position to help buyers obtain federally insured HUD mortgages by submitting false income and financial information, and later selling overpriced or defective homes, sometimes after inflating the property's reported values. While specific numbers were not included in these particular cases, civil lawsuits filed against Towsey cite at least 400 families individually affected by his predatory practices, causing widespread ruin for those who trusted him and his business. His guilty plea for making false statements to HUD was entered in May of 2001, and his mail fraud conviction followed in 2002, with sentencing occurring in 2003. Isaac Towsey was sentenced to serve 5 months in federal prison, followed by 5 months of house arrest and 3 years of supervised release thereafter. He was also ordered to pay a $10,000 fine. $10,000. I'm sure for a major real estate mogul like this guy, that's going to be a ruinous sum of money right there. Having completed all of this by 2007, Towsey was free to go. But the charges still remained a stain on his public record. It was therefore in December of 2008 that George W. Bush included his name in a list of 19 people granted pardons in his final batch issued in the closing days of his presidency. Public outcry regarding this soon followed. Outside of the notion that his initial sentencing was far too lenient given the scope of his damages. The two primary criticisms articulated were that his pardon was being carried out in spite of Towsey applying less than 5 years after finishing his sentence, violating DOJ pardon guidelines. And his legal team was also headed by Alberto Gonzalez, a former White House counsel who helped bring the case directly to the president rather than through normal, conventional channels. Given the extremely predatory nature of the case, the fact that it was average Americans being affected, and the delicate nature of the case and its easy relation at the time to the ongoing housing crash, plus the fact that major American media outlets began to circulate the fact that Towsey's father had been donating tens of thousands of dollars to major Republican PACs and committees shortly before the pardon was made it politically untenable, even to a president in his closing days of office. Therefore, on December 24th, 2008, just one day later, the White House quietly rescinded the pardon. This is very notable for the fact that very few pardons have ever been rescinded throughout American history, making the egregious nature of this case all the more clear. Following the public backlash and rescinding of his pardon, Towsey seems to be laying low in the public limelight. No new charges or legal issues have been reported publicly thereafter, so he's either learned his lesson and not re-offended, or just gotten better at hiding his criminal activities. So the very next one here, I was not able to find any photos for either of these offenders whatsoever. And I think the reason why I wasn't able to find any photos for these offenders whatsoever, the mystery offenders. Ooh, who could they be? It's because, unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how you look at it, Barack Obama wasn't somebody that really pardoned a lot of major white-collar criminals. So the instances that I have here today are Barack Obama pardoning Robert Andrew Schindler and commuting Miles Thomas Wilson in December of 2013. Now, not only are these the quote-unquote worst examples I could find of Obama pardoning white-collar criminals, these are frankly the only examples that I could find of Obama pardoning white-collar criminals, which is actually notable compared to all of the other presidents on the list today. All of the other presidents had some pretty fucking bad and egregious examples. And by the way, had multiple examples. So if at some point we want to have a most egregious white-collar criminals part 2 episode, I could even do that for everybody except for Obama. And let's get into why. So this will admittedly be by far the shortest part of the entire segment, because unlike the other cases listed today, it doesn't seem like these people really committed all that serious of offenses. So getting into the first example, Robert Andrew Schindler was convicted by the United States District Court for the District of Utah in May of 1996 for conspiracy to commit wire fraud and conspiracy to commit mail fraud. He served 3 years of probation, 4 months of house confinement, and was ordered to pay $10,000 in restitution. He was given a full pardon by Barack Obama on December 19th of 2013. The other example that I have here is going to be of Miles Thomas Wilson, who was convicted by the United States District Court for the Southern District of Ohio in July of 1981 for mail fraud. He was sentenced to 3 years probation and had his crime commuted rather than pardoned by Barack Obama on December 19th, 2013. So these cases are primarily notable for the fact that they don't take place at or near the end of Obama's term as president of the United States, and therefore serves to even further highlight the relative lack of controversy associated with these acts of clemency compared to those of other presidents that are going to be listed here today. And why the major lack of white-collar clemency? Well, While the official narrative is that Obama was attempting to focus primarily on either people who were over-sentenced or sentenced for nonviolent drug offenses, that isn't to say that Obama had no controversial acts of clemency whatsoever, just not really for white-collar criminals. For his acts of clemency for non-white-collar criminals, such as drug offenders, you need only voice your support for this segment in order for me to do a part 2 in the future. So we're going to go to number 3 tonight, and this is personally going to be the worst example, in my opinion, of everybody. Now, maybe you call that poisoning the well, but fuck it. It's my segment, and I can do this however the fuck I want. By the way, in the worst way possible, doesn't this guy kind of have Jeffrey Epstein energy? Doesn't this guy, he's kind of got Epstein energy. The way that he's looking at the fucking camera with just empty, soulless eyes. Now, don't get me wrong, this guy isn't as bad as Jeffrey Epstein because, you know, how can you be as bad as Jeffrey Epstein, quite frankly? I think that's a bit of a challenge. But this gentleman that we have before us here is a gentleman by the name of Philip S. Formes. He was pardoned by Donald Trump in December of 2020. He commuted his 20-year sentence down to just 4.5 years for time served. What do we know about him? Well, Philip S. Formes is an American healthcare executive and businessman who built and operated a network of nursing homes and assisted living facilities, primarily in South Florida. He's the son of Morris S. Formes, who's a Chicago area nursing home magnate and philanthropist. S. Formes ran more than 30 nursing homes and assisted living facilities across Florida and other states. His businesses were deeply involved in caring for elderly and vulnerable patients, funded largely through Medicare and Medicaid reimbursements. In July of 2016, S. Formes was indicted federally in Miami, Florida, on a sprawling healthcare fraud case and arrested shortly afterward. He would remain in federal custody until 2020. Prosecutors described the scheme as the largest healthcare fraud ever charged against individuals by the United States Department of Justice. He was charged with multiple felony counts, including conspiracy to defraud the United States, money laundering, conspiracy to commit money laundering, federal program bribery, honest services wire fraud, and obstruction of justice. S. Formes appeared in trial in April of 2019, where he was convicted in the United States District Court for the Southern District of Florida. He was convicted on 20 counts relating to healthcare fraud and bribery schemes. S. Formes contested these charges in court before being convicted on the aforementioned 20 counts. In court, he was assessed to have cost the United States taxpayer. And I just want everybody watching right now to just kind of take a guess really quickly. Everybody out there right now in the side chat, there's 14 fucking people sitting here in the side chat. I want all of you right now, not only to like the stream, because that'd be very much so appreciated, but also just put in the side chat right now, just a quick guess. How much do you think this guy was charged with? And no cheating. I know all of you guys have got Google. You could cheat if you really wanted to. No cheating. I want guesses as to how much this guy defrauded from the United States taxpayer. I'll give you guys a little bit of time to kind of throw your guesses out there in the side chat, but I'll just drop it right now. In court, he was assessed to have cost the United States taxpayer roughly $1.3 billion in fraudulent Medicare and Medicaid claims, spanning over 2 decades of falsified claims. In addition to a 20-year sentence in federal prison with 3 years supervised release thereafter, S. Formes was ordered by federal prosecutors to pay $5.53 million in restitution, as well as $38.7 million in assets related to the proceeds of the fraud. Now, That sounds like a lot of money, doesn't it? That's like, what? 24 million was guessed by Spooky. Just a little bit more than 24 million, Spooky. Just a little bit more. Just a damn sight more, I would dare say, than 24 billion or $24 million. Yeah. 1.3 billion. Anyways, yeah, like I said, that sounds like a lot of money. That ends up totaling to about $44 million in total restitution that this guy had to pay. And don't get me wrong, for people like you and me, $44 million, that's not just a life-changing amount of money, that's a life-making amount of money. You could be set for life with $44 million and never have to worry about another concern. But think about it for a second, right? This guy was charged for defrauding $1.3 billion. What percentage do you think 44 million is of 1.3 billion? Because let me tell you this right now, I'm not going to ask for it again in the side chat, but it's 3.38%. You can't even round it up to 4%. It's less than 5% of the total amount he was asked to pay back. So, that being said, on December 22nd, 2020, Donald Trump commuted Esformez's remaining prison sentence, effectively releasing him from incarceration while leaving other parts of the sentence intact, such as that paltry little bit of restitution that he was ordered to pay. The White House stated the commutation was supported by a number of former U.S. attorneys general and Justice Department officials who had argued for clemency. His supporters also cited his prison conduct and health concerns, although that was largely overshadowed by the controversy given the scale of the fraud. Esformez's commutation drew significant public and media backlash, in part because he, like Towsey, had applied for clemency before the 5 years outlined and mandated by the United States Department of Justice, but primarily because his fraud involved elderly and vulnerable patients and massive taxpayer losses over the course of decades, harming untold numbers of Americans in the process. However, unlike with Towsey, Esformez's commutation was not rescinded, and he was allowed to go on living like a free man in spite of the egregious offenses that he had committed. This case is notable not only for the sheer scale of destruction caused by this individual's sheer greed, but also for the fact that even prior to being commuted, he was ordered to pay back such a tiny sum in comparison to the sheer amount of money that he had defrauded from the American people. In October of 2024, Esformez became the 7th person who had received clemency by Donald Trump to be charged a second time for further crimes, when he was arrested for domestic violence charges. Court records also show that Esformez was charged with tampering with the victim or witness and with criminal mischief involving property damage. In November of 2024, the state dropped the case against Esformez and declined to elaborate as to why they would not be subsequently pursued. Why the state would suddenly decide to drop all the charges related to this slimeball? Well, you can come to that conclusion all on your lonesome. So we have the last example today for white-collar crime, and don't get me wrong, ladies and gentlemen. Did I say that the last gentleman in question was the worst? Yes. But that's just because the sheer scale of how fucked up his crimes were just goes beyond any typical human reasoning. This guy right here also did plenty of fucked up shit, but he did it on a way smaller scale. So Joe Biden commuted Michael Conahan's 17.5-year sentence to 13 years in December of 2024. So in the most recent example we have of egregious presidential clemency, we have the example of Michael Conahan. Michael Conahan is a former American judge from Luzerne County, Pennsylvania. He earned a law degree, or JD, from Temple University and served as a judge on the Luzerne County Court of Common Pleas from 1994 until 2007, including time as a president judge of the court. Conahan was a long-serving country judge responsible for overseeing juvenile and other cases in Luzerne County. As president judge, he had administrative authority over the county's court operations and budget. Following a series of whistleblowing complaints and investigations in 2008, Conahan was implicated for the infamous Kids for Cash judicial corruption scandal. When reports emerged that he, along with fellow judge Mark Caviella, I believe that's Caviella, was accepting kickbacks from privately owned juvenile detention centers in exchange for harsh sentencing of minors. Conahan was arrested in January of 2009 and was charged in the United States District Court for the Middle District of Pennsylvania and was charged with racketeering, conspiracy, honest services fraud, conspiracy to commit fraud, and money laundering related to RICO. In 2010, Conahan pled guilty to a single count of racketeering conspiracy, therefore consolidating all misconduct under the RICO statute and reducing his sentence to just 17 and a half years in federal prison. Conahan was in federal prison from his 2011 sentencing until June 19th of 2020, when he was moved to home confinement under COVID-19 era policies because of his health and safety concerns, meaning that he served about 8 years and 9 months in physical prison before being placed on home confinement in 2020. From then until his commutation, he remained under confinement conditions. Joe Biden formally commuted the remainder of Conahan's sentence on December 12, 2024. The commutation wiped out the remaining period of his federal prison sentence ahead of his planned release in 2026. Like in the instance of Esformez, the reasons cited were primarily related to health concerns, in spite of the fact that Conahan was under home confinement rather than in federal prison, like was the case with Esformez. Also, like Esformez, the commutation did not rescind the amount exceeding $900,000 in fines and restitution. This also does not directly take into account the $200 million that was paid out to the victims of the scandal as part of a civil settlement that he also maintains civil liability for to this day. Like with Tausi and Esformez, there was significant public backlash regarding this commutation, as families of the victims described it as reopening old wounds, and advocacy groups called it insensitive and wrong, as well as Democratic Governor Josh Shapiro of Pennsylvania publicly condemning the commutation, saying that it was quote-unquote absolutely wrong, given the severity of the Kids for Cash scandal. Although no reports have come out indicating that Conahan has gotten into any kind of legal hot water since his commutation, that's likely due to the fact that he's 73. 17 years old. Look at this 17-year-old little scamp right in front of you. That's likely due to the fact that he is 73 years old and is probably too busy in his crypt to do any kinds of chicanery, legal or otherwise. So out of all of the other people that I've covered here today, I think that this last case stands out alongside the Esformez case as instances where massive public outcry were levied, but did not ultimately make a difference in terms of either Trump or Biden granting resignations. To me, This is emblematic of a worrying trend in American politics, irrespective of political party, where the president is flat out unwilling to reevaluate the poor choices they have made in terms of the doling out of their clemency. So with that being said, that concludes the first ever really long form, heavily researched segment I've ever done on my show before. If you guys liked it, please drop a like into the stream. It would be much appreciated. It would really help support the channel. And with that being said, I think I'm going to open up the room here pretty soon. Not until I get at least 5 likes, though. We got 4 likes right now in the stream. I think we can do a little bit better. 4 likes and 10 people watching right now? Come on now, ladies and gentlemen. That's less than half of you. All I'm asking is that a couple of you just scroll down a little bit. Just use that mouse wheel you got. Or if you're on a trackpad. You know what? If you're on a trackpad, then never mind. I'm just going to say it right now. If you're using a trackpad, you don't have to like the stream. Because using a trackpad is already a miserable enough experience. I don't think that you want to use it any more or less than you absolutely have to. There's a little question for people right at the very end. Does anybody actually like trackpads? Like, does anybody actually, like, prefer trackpads with likes? So F off? Oh, damn. Steven's getting edgy. He's getting controversial out here in the side chat. He's getting F off, Aiden. I don't need this crap from you right now. Hey, all I'm asking is that the 12 people out here drop a like. Stop whining. Hey, I'm not whining. I'm just trying to be a salesman right now, Spooky. All right, I'm sorry I don't have a cane to twirl around in a fancy way, but suffice it to say, if you're using a trackpad, we don't need your like. That's right. That's right. It's a very simple policy that we've got over here on the Aiden Linden program. 7 likes. Hell yes, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for all the likes. I'm going to drop the restream link out there in the side chat now for you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for attending the main part of the show. Probably going to go down as one of the briefest main show segments in Aiden Linden history. But that's the main show that I had for you today, ladies and gentlemen. I kind of want the open panel to revolve a little bit around what I talked about today. Does anybody have any opinions about what I just talked about today? Does anybody have anything they want to share about that? Do you disagree about the things I've presented here today? I want to hear about it. And I want to hear about it from people joining out there from the side chat in the stream. F is for fudge. I liked it, lol. I was the 5th like. Hell yeah, Steven. That's what I'm talking about. We got the like loyalists out here. Aiden Linden loyalists. Staying true to the chat. Staying true to the YouTube channel. You ain't letting anything turn you astray. In the times of tribulation, you are going to like the Aiden Linden live stream. You will be part of the remnant that will stay true to the Aiden Linden YouTube channel. And why is that you will stay true to the Aiden Linden YouTube channel? Because you've got a spirit of righteousness within you, folks. That's right. That's right. More like that's like. Am I right? No, I've already pimped the like button enough. Don't worry. Don't worry. I've already pimped the like button enough for one show. But yeah, with that being said, open panel, ladies and gentlemen. Anybody's welcome. You know what? Isn't that just typical, though? Everybody's always out there. Steven himself, the very beginning of the show, he was like, just open the panel right now and we'll start your show for you. Where are you now, Steven? I'm looking high. I'm looking low. I'm not seeing signs of life anywhere, no matter where I look right now. What's going on? That's all right. That's all right. I understand. I understand. The day of mutiny is finally upon me, ladies and gentlemen. I get it. I get it. The day that I've feared has finally come to pass. Man, do I play this video on the stream? It might get me taken down, but it is fucking hilarious. I've been in that conundrum a few times, as a matter of fact. I've been in that conundrum just a couple of times in the future, but that's okay. You know why it's okay? Because I've got another few discussion points that I've got outlined here. I'm currently cooking now. Hey, that's all good. It is all good. I could just keep on keeping on. I can keep on chatting about what I've been talking about over here. That ain't make no difference. Let me try and find a couple of things. I will admit, I don't have as much pulled for today, but I do have a couple of things that I can pull out from my hat last minute, which is definitely what I'm doing right now. I'm not vamping in order to try and just fill the stream and prevent there from being a bunch of dead air while I go and pick all this stuff up. Alrighty, let's get that organized. Give me 1 second here, folks. Oh, we got somebody joining. Just give me 1 quick second here. I will be right back. Holy shit. Still got 10 people sitting here? Hell yeah. Just 37 seconds of dead air. 10 people are sitting there like, hell yeah, I can't get enough of this shit. Hey, Akil, welcome to the show.
We start leaving after the 40-second mark. So we barely made it.
Just barely. I just wanted to get it at the last second. What did you think? How horrible was the segment, Achilles?
What an honor to have a comment from the guy that came up with this series that actually makes us be able to listen to what Trump is saying. I mean, it is really helpful to me because I get lost. Like we start talking about I don't know what, and then we're like on the other side of the world, and I don't get it, and then we're talking about how great he is. And
you know what I call that? I call that the Brett Keane effect. And the reason why I call that the Brett Keane effect is because Brett Keane could be sitting there talking about the most action-packed shit you've ever heard of in your entire life. He could be like, ladies and gentlemen, it's Brett Keane, and I'm here to announce that a giant fiery meteor is coming for the planet and is going to engulf everything in the next 15 minutes. He would manage to make that boring because there's just something about his voice that just kind of, it's like the teacher from Charlie Brown when they go, want, just kind of trails on and on. And you're just not really able to pay attention to anything specific that's being said. Yeah, that's Trump. He's got that. It's a different version of that, but he definitely has a similar thing in concept, I would dare say. No, I wanted to talk about what I had brought up there because don't get me wrong, is both the instances of the people pardoned by Trump and Biden both pretty egregious and pretty bad. Yeah. I'd say.
Yeah, but something else that shocked me as I watched this. First off, I'm not the best to discuss this issue because I don't know the cases, you know. I'm not like if somebody else wants to discuss that, they can come right in. But what I got shocked with is how many pardons Obama did. Like almost 2,000 pardons.
Yeah, he did do a lot of pardons.
I mean, what did you do? Okay, go. Okay, come here. Okay, you're free to go. You're free to go. You're free to go. What was he doing? I mean, was he even checking the cases?
I mean, Biden had even more than Obama. Biden had like 4,000 pardons or something like that.
No.
Or not pardons. It wasn't pardons. It was clemency. His total amount of clemency was like over 4,000. I think most of those were commutations.
Okay, can you teach me the difference? Because I didn't get it. I didn't get what the difference is. All right.
So when you get pardoned, you get your crime completely erased. Like, there's no evidence that you ever got charged for anything. It gets completely removed from the public record. You basically start with a clean slate as far as that particular case is concerned.
Oh, okay.
When you have your sentence commuted, that's basically saying, okay, you get the rest of your prison sentence is just time served. You're free to go now, but you don't get the crime that you did removed or scrubbed away from your public record. That still stays there. And there's a pretty big difference between those two, just as far as like if you get a pardon, it's a lot easier for you to kind of reintegrate back into everyday life compared to being commuted. And that's one of the big reasons why I think the instance with George W. Bush, why in that instance there was so much public backlash to the point where he still had to completely rescind it with Isaac Towsey, was because he was trying to get him just completely pardoned from everything. He was trying to wipe the slate completely clean with him. Whereas with Trump, you can at least kind of make the argument that, well, I let him go, folks, but it's still on his record. It's like, yeah, it's on his record. What, do you think he's going to go and try to get a job at the McDonald's or something like that? Like, I don't think it's really, it's not going to affect him the same way that having a criminal record would affect the average everyday person, right?
I want to see if Ghislaine is going to get it. I'm waiting to see on that one.
That's a good question. Yeah, well,
She asked for it. She asked for a pardon in order to speak.
Right. Yeah, she tried to say that, oh, I'll talk about everything as long as you give me a full pardon. It's like, well, I have a feeling that as soon as you start talking, it's going to be things that everybody's going to want to go, okay, go back and charge her. Go back on your promise. And you know what, Trump? You've already gone back on so many other promises. That might just be one of the ones that I'd be like, yeah, I'm willing to look the other way on that one. For Ghislaine Maxwell still going away. I'd be willing to look the other way for that particular lie, I think.
Yeah, and I love how people have this argument that the files are not real and, you know, it's all a conspiracy and all that. And I'm like, why is she in jail then?
Yeah. Why is she in jail? Why was there so much resistance to all of this being released in the first place? Because go ahead.
It's supposedly the greatest PDF ring ever uncovered, and the only one that is in jail is one woman. How up is that, man?
It's completely beyond the pale. It really is. And I mean, it was the thing that Pam Bondi tried to divert away from when she was like, oh, look, everybody, the Dow is up $50,000. Everybody look at that. Is because she was being asked, hey, how many people have actually been indicted for the Epstein file release? Like, how many people have actually been charged for this? And he literally had to answer it for her. He's like, yeah, 0. There hasn't been one.
And I don't remember if you let this, I don't think you did leave this all the way to the end, because the victims were there. And this guy, the head of the FBI, I don't remember his name. If you say it, I will. He got asked, how many people have you investigated from the victims? Because he was stating that we're investigating this, we are looking into it, like, you know, it's no joke, we're looking into it. And he got asked, like, how many? And he's like, it's not that matters. The fact is that the head of the committee turns to the victims and says, raise your hand if you have been asked by the feds about your case. And nobody raised their hand.
Yeah. And
then they said, can you please get up? Which kind of points out, you know, who they are, but I don't know. They did. They got up, and he asked them like 5 times, "What have you been contacted by FBI at all?" And they're like, "No."
Yeah.
So what a joke, man. What a joke. And people are just sitting back on their chairs like, okay, this is probably taking its course the way it should take its course.
Yeah.
No, it ain't.
Yeah. Claude says there's no guarantee Ghislaine will tell the truth anyway. And that's very true. It's not like even if she like signs something saying, oh, I swear to tell the truth, that she just can't go back and edit certain things out that incriminate her more than incriminate other people. Of course, she's going to tell the story in the way that is going to be most appealing to her possible, right? That is going to leave her with the least amount of hot water at the very end of it. Like, it's really not that.
I live in a fantasy world
Oh, yeah.
where if you have a person like that, they don't get to decide what they do, what they take in order to give us what they know. I mean, if you have the right to torture people that are outside of your country and bring them in and, what's that torture?
Waterboarding.
Waterboarding, yeah. Yeah, if you have the right to do that on people that are like a different skin tone than yours, because that's their crime.
Right.
I mean, we have one right here that is like, oh, before I speak, I need you to do this for me. No, get over here. Bring the water. I mean, that's my world. World.
It is. I can't disagree with that. I really can't. Well, I have a couple of things. I've been strategically pulling a few things. Oh, and Brianna ended up getting back. I just want to tell everybody, I never ended up saying, the reason why I had to delay the show was because I had to go and deliver a radio over to her just because she had to get that, and she can't have her hours docked from work without losing money. So it was just easier for me to go over there and deal with it that way. But yeah,
we got worried. We thought something serious was up. So.
No, I know, and that's why I wanted to clarify. As soon as I was on the bus, I realized, like, while I was grabbing the bus, I was like, oh shit, I probably should go and make sure people don't think that, like, there's an accident or something like that, or something more serious. Oh man, y'all just reminded me. They're eating the people. It's true, Christian. They are, in fact, eating the people. That is going on. It's going on. I can't deny it. I'll tell you what, I was one of those people where if you asked me a year ago whether that was the case, I'd be like, that's fucking insane. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. That's a crazy conspiracy theory. But with the amount of times that they talk about jerky in the files and they talk about freezing it, which last time I checked, one of the whole purposes of having jerky is so that you don't have to freeze it. It's because it's a long-term preservative. But no, Jeffrey Epstein's talking about how, or no, it was Ghislaine. She's talking about, oh, Jeffrey's going to take a break from eating jerky for a while, but he still has 3 bags of it downstairs in the freezer. And it's just like, yeah, that's where I would keep jerky for a little while when I'm taking a break for it, in the freezer. It's fucked up, man. I'm sorry, you were going to say something.
Was I? Yeah, I don't remember.
I kind of gish-galloped over top of it. My bad. Sorry about that.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I'm looking for a picture about what you were saying right now. I found it. Let me see if I can throw it in the browser so it is easier to... Okay, so I have to minimize this first. Let me see. New tab or something? Wait, because this will be easier than sharing the screen. Okay, I got it. All right, so let me share the tab concerning what you said about... Oh, it won't let me share a tab. I forgot. It's Restream.
Yeah, Restream is really fun like that.
So entire screen it is. Restream, thanks.
Right. Make sure that you're sharing the audio with it too, because there's that tiny little...
It's just a meme.
Oh, I got you. Here, I'll full screen it. Come on.
Oh, what?
No, not you. I was trying to full screen the... Oh, okay. Here, if I...
You can read it out.
There we go. Breaking. Scientists warn that Earth could run out of conspiracy theories by 2025 if they keep coming true at a current rate. That is true. That is true. I was thinking about it the other day, dude, and how can you even possibly parody what's going on in the world right now? How can you make it more absurd than what it actually is? And I mean, like, I think the best evidence for that is look at places like The Onion, man. The Onion's been struggling to come up with new stuff because, like, back during like the Obama and the Bush years, they were thriving. That was like their golden era for coming up with really interesting and good political commentary. But no, they don't really. They're struggling to come up with things that are more absurd than what's happening with them.
I don't know if we're on stage because what I see now is the thing, and I don't see us on stage.
Oh, I'll put
Okay.
us back
Just
up
warning
on
you.
stage.
But yeah, I don't know how many conspiracy theories of the past like 2 decades have not come true in the past like 2-3 years. We haven't realized that, oh shit, yeah, David Icke was not wrong. Although, you know, he's an actor. You know,
I'm not gonna go that far. I'm not gonna go that far.
I don't like David Icke actually at all, and I think he came back for a very specific purpose. He's leading people into spaghetti conspiracies and not being specific. And now he jumped on the Epstein train because he had to, of course. So, but if you ask me, he should have come up to the conclusion yet that since he's such a conspiracy theorist, the conclusion that the rest of us arrived to and we became Christians not because we were taught to be Christians, but because we saw the world and how it wasn't what we wanted it to be. It was like more of a whole.
I mean, yeah, I agree with that. But is the world hollow and are there lizard people? I don't.
Yeah,
think
yeah,
those
no.
are true.
No, although when it comes to the hollow discussion,
Oh no,
I'm not there. I'm not there. I'm more on the FE type. But when it comes to hollow, that interview that that admiral of the U.S. gave, like in the 50s, and then he disappeared.
Oh, I haven't heard about this.
Oh, he
Haven't
was
heard about this.
one of the greatest admirals in the U.S. I think his name was Byard. Let me see. B-Y-R, yes, B-Y-R-D, Richard Byard. So he died in 1957, but he gave an interview which you can find online, and he's an admiral. He's not like a YouTuber, right? He's not, you know, me and you.
Yeah.
The guy was running fleets. I don't know if you know that from the army. Every army leadership is under the admiral.
Well, in the Navy, yeah.
Yeah, the Air Force, the artilleries, the Marines, everything.
Was he the Grand Admiral? Because there are different levels of admiral, like with general, right? Like there are 2-star general. There's like 3-star generals, 4-star generals.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I can look that up. But I know that he was the first to explore Antarctica with modern ships, you know. And he did say some very crazy stuff, and you can find them on the interview.
And which interview was this? Sorry, is there like a name for it?
Let me see. If you type his name on YouTube, I think it's the one that will come up because there weren't many videos at the time. So
I've Longines chronoscope with Richard Bird.
So I just typed in Richard Byard interview, and you get a couple which are the same interview. They're black and white. So I don't know about the lizard people, but concerning that, at least we have some weird, very weird.
I thought it was bird. I think it is pronounced bird. I don't know though.
Okay, I'm trying to avoid confliction with, you know, birds.
Oh, I see.
Maybe you're right though.
I'm not trying to like undermine you or anything like that.
I mean, you can take him seriously if you like. Oh, is that what Birdie said? You know.
So he just said bird, isn't? I think he's just trying to correct the pronunciation of the name. I think that's all he's trying to do.
Birdie.
What's up, Dak? No, but I do have a couple of things here, and one of them is because Claude said earlier, having jerky sounds a bit off. Well, let me show you what I'm referring to. All right, I'm gonna show you the specific, because I couldn't pull up the specific file just offhand. The best thing that I had as an analog to it is this, and you can go ahead and look into it as well, Claude, into this particular file. I don't know if you can quite read it, but I can. It says, and this is from, I think that's Francis 2, and then redacted, subject jerky, dated 3rd of October 2012. Just wanted to touch base about jerky. J.E., or Jeffrey Epstein, said he was going to start eating regular food again, so he might be eating less jerky. That said, he has 6 bags of it in his downstairs freezer for his next trip. I believe it should be enough to get him through. Any other questions, please let me know. Thank you, Francis. And it's like, okay, let's just say, right? Let's just give this the most charitable interpretation that we possibly can and say that this is literally jerky. Why does a billionaire need to freeze 6 bags of jerky in his freezer in preparation to go on a trip? Which, as I said before, first and foremost, you kind of don't need to freeze jerky, right? Like, it has a really long-lasting shelf life, just as is. That's kind of the point, first and foremost. And secondly, even if it was the case that that was jerky, couldn't he just get newer, fresher jerky before going on a trip? It's almost like what's being referred to here is something that's really difficult to get, and is something that needs to be kept under wraps, and is something that needs to have a pseudonym attached to it. I wonder what that is. It might just be people. I don't know. It might just be people.
And you brought up on the previous show, I think, that there's an email about I don't know if it's an email, but he ordered a lot of sulfuric acid.
Yeah, I think it was like 33 or 34 gallons of sulfuric acid.
Which happened right after he got convicted. That matters.
That is true, actually. I didn't factor that in when I was first talking about it, but that is true.
So yeah, people can blindfold themselves as long as they want, as long as it makes them feel comfortable about this world. But there are some crazy stuff going on behind the scenes. And I love how sometimes the argument, when we're talking against billionaires, the argument is like, they make money and they give people jobs. And I'm like,
they're job creators.
Yeah, the job creators, right? And the difference between a millionaire and a billionaire is like 999 more millions.
Yeah, you need 1,000 millionaires to make a billionaire.
Yeah, it's not those guys that we have an issue with, right?
Right.
But after a specific point, after like 1 billion, when you turn to like from a billionaire, from having 1 billion to having billions, you add an S right there. That's another 1,000 millions.
Right. I mean,
yeah.
I would say that it's perfectly possible to become a millionaire through ethical means. I think it's possible that you can make money ethically and not do wrong by anybody and end up at the end of the day with $1 million in your bank account. I think it's functionally impossible to do that for $1 billion because it's just such an astronomically larger amount of money. And if somebody can find me one example of a billionaire, just like literally one, who besides through inheritance made those billions of dollars without fucking over multitudes of people, I would love to see it because as far as I'm concerned, it's functionally impossible for you to be a billionaire without inheriting that money and not be a horrific piece of garbage. It's just inherent. I'm sorry, but
Melinda Gates could be one. She just married one,
yeah. Maybe Bezos's wife because
right.
because she got that restitution. But
word is around that the name Microsoft came after their first night together, their wedding night. Oh, I know how we're gonna name your new company.
And on that note, welcome to the show, Midnight. I hope you're doing
Hello, nurse. How you doing?
Doing good. Doing good.
So wait, hold on. Why is there two of you? Oh wait, no, never mind. I'm being retarded. You're Aiden, and then there's
the thing. Yeah.
I am
Achilles. For some reason, your avatars blended together.
We became a singular entity.
Yes, we became a singular entity.
That's right. No,
is upon us.
So
imagine and Aiden merging.
Oh God. No,
Achilles, you're white.
And I'm not. Wait, what do you mean? What? Hold on a second. Did I just get my white card revoked?
Yeah, you did.
By another white guy?
Yes. Well, then see, I'm super white. My albinism makes me super white.
I got to be honest with you. I did not have that on the docket for today. I did not have having my whiteness revoked away from me on the docket for today. So, thanks? Question mark. I guess in certain circles I'll have more credibility. I could be like, I'm an honorary person of color now.
Yep.
I had my white privilege revoked from me, so you can't actually claim that I have white privilege. Thank you very much. No, I have as my next thing I was gonna pull up.
That looks awesome, honestly. This avatar looks.
Oh, full credit to Missing Mod for this. She's the one that designed this. And she did a great job with it as well. So yeah, thank you very much, Missing Mod, for making this. It's much appreciated.
Fuck off, Aiden.
Okay, all right.
All right.
I was trying to put
I'm sorry. I'll just end the show now. I'm sorry, everybody. I didn't realize.
I wanted to share with you as you're bringing up the next segment. That I've started investing.
Cool.
Really?
Yeah, and I want you to know what it is because it's not gold. I can't afford gold, even if it's gonna go up. I can't even afford it where it is right now.
It's Bitcoin, isn't it? It's Bitcoin.
No, Aiden knows already what it is. He suspects it, so I'm gonna say it, and he's gonna agree. I'm buying RAM. I'm buying computer memory.
Really? You're buying RAM?
Oh, okay. You're buying RAM. Okay, well.
I actually I found a deal on a computer which had 128 gigs of DDR4.
Damn!
Of DDR4, you said.
And DDR4.
It's still pretty good. 128 gigs.
It had 2 graphics cards, 2080 Ti's.
That's not bad.
On SLI, water cooled.
How much is it? I want it.
2990 Threadripper, 32 cores, 64 threads.
Damn.
And a big humongous motherboard. All for $1,400.
That's a good deal.
What the fuck? Where the hell are you buying this from?
So used market. So I've cleaned out everything, like the loop. I took out the water blocks. It was
That's what you were getting up to the other day.
Yep, and I'm still at it right now. And I'm just, I'm holding on to the RAM for now because it's still going up. So I'll be buying lands, guys.
All I recommend, don't hold on to it forever because it's not like gold where it's just gonna keep going.
Yeah, right when I see the China came out and said we're building RAM. and we're gonna save you from this. So they started. They brought up the factories real quick, like Chinese style.
Right.
And when they created the 3 factories with 3 different branches of RAM, of memory, they announced, okay, guess what we're gonna do now? We're gonna sell all our RAM to AI. Oh, yeah, we're not getting saved from this crisis. Yeah, we're not getting saved. This is gonna keep.
Well, I just hope that this 32 gigs of DDR5 will hold on for the foreseeable future. I mean, I've got a couple of people waiting backstage. Shit, I'm so sorry. I'm a shitty stream host. Please forgive my shitty stream host tendencies.
You are.
Peter.
Oh,
And I brought the best art to the show too. I mean,
Let's
look
see
at
it.
that.
Let's see it. Hold on, I'm going to put it on the main screen. Put it on the main screen.
Yeah, put it on the main screen.
the Orange Plague. Wow.
Yes.
Peter, I expected more from you. I expected you to know how to mirror.
I'm not taking credit for this one because this is a sculpture made by Danish artist Jens Galschiot, and it's currently on display in Munich in Germany, which is fitting because have you talked about this yet, about Germany and France, or did you miss it, Aiden?
I mean, I covered Milan the other day on my show, what they've been doing in regards to
No. Today.
I know. Oh, today. No, I haven't covered what's been going on today.
Oh, you haven't. Oh, so you want to hear something funny?
Let's hear it.
So Germany and France have decided to release the unredacted Epstein files.
How do they have them?
How do they have them, and how have they been? Why have they been holding out so long if they've had them? Like, what the hell?
I don't know. I don't know how they got them, but today both countries released the unredacted Epstein files.
What?
And which language?
Few Americans who had a sneak peek, it's apparently not good for Mr. Trump.
Well, shit. If that's in fact true.
Well,
I'm going to be right back, guys. You guys keep going with this. I will be right back.
Okay.
I heard something else today from Germany.
So wait a second. Hold on, Peter. So like when nothing happens in a few months and I bring this up, are you going to play it off?
You know that the Americans are either insane or corrupt. Yes. I'll beat you to it.
Right. You're just a piece of shit, bro. Oh.
I'm a piece of shit.
Yes, you are. Because
Germany released the unredacted Epstein files. That's my fault.
You're saying that there's something bad in there. You're saying that there's something bad in there for Trump. So in a few months, when nothing happens,
if you look at social media right now, the Americans who are now checking the unredacted Epstein files, they are saying that this is going to take down Trump.
It. This is the walls closing in on Trump again, yet again. The walls are closing in. For the love of God, shut the fuck up, Peter. Jesus Christ.
So don't get you love your pedophile then. That's what it is.
Yeah. Until he's proven to be a pedophile, shut the fuck up, Peter.
I mean, that ship has sailed.
It's been proven. It's been proven, Peter. Yeah, it's been proven. Yeah, that ship has sailed. Shut the fuck up, Peter.
You get so triggered, Dustin. Although nobody is like against Trump specifically, we want to see Clinton in jail as well for how many times they have visited the island. So
I
don't
mean,
take
I
it
imagine.
I'm
I imagine
I'm not
that
entirely
Clinton
sure
is completely.
because
I
Clinton
imagine.
actually
I
Clinton
imagine that
asked
Clinton.
for the unredacted files to be put up.
I imagine that Clinton
Yeah, you
is actually.
imagine. You
I
imagine. You can
imagine.
keep
I
imagining. You can keep
imagine that
imagining.
Clinton
Imagine,
is
Dustin. Go
innocent until
imagine.
proven
Imagine,
guilty.
All
Dustin.
right, hold on,
Dustin.
hold
Bro,
on,
this
hold
is
on,
gonna.
hold on.
This
I
is just
just
gonna
got
keep
back.
happening, bro.
I just got back. Order of the court. I'm gonna
Hey,
start shooting
Clinton-
pepper balls at people's
It's already a
feet.
mess.
Get some fucking order around
Clinton.
this bitch.
Clinton is innocent until proven guilty. All right, just like
Clinton
everybody.
asked for the files to be released.
So what? So did Trump until he decided
that
not
means-
to, and then
that
he did
means that he's
again,
not
and then he
afraid.
decided
And
not
Trump-
to, and then he
Trump
did
hasn't
again, and then he
asked to
decided not
release
to.
the files.
The fuck
Trump
difference
told
does it
everyone,
make?
let's move on.
Oh, blah blah blah. Yeah, he also was campaigning on releasing them, dumbass.
Dustin,
And he didn't.
Yeah.
I have a question.
And then he didn't, and then he did, and then he didn't, and then he did.
I have a question. I have a question. I'm muting everybody. I have a question. Dustin. I have a question
Yeah?
for you, sir.
Yes.
What did you think of my segment today? What were your thoughts?
I didn't get to watch a lot of it.
You get damn it.
No, I had laundry today, bro. I had a lot of things I was doing.
No,
I did notice that you were pointing out to some guy. I was like in and out, but yeah, I don't know, bro. Like, we need to debate this. It needs to be debated.
Well,
I don't
just
see
go
what
back.
the
Just
debate is.
yeah, I don't really know what the debate is on that either. But just go back and look at what I had done today on the show and give me your.
No, look, every single president going back to George Washington has made some questionable decisions with the pardoning power. Okay, I don't see, again, like, these are things that are trivial at best. Okay, I don't know anything about the subjects that you picked. I don't. And
I mean,
again,
let's say that they are trivial. If they're trivial, then why are so many of the controversial pardons done like literally in the days or weeks leading up to the end of the presidency when they'll have the least political backlash for it possible?
because I imagine that happens with almost every presidency, Aiden.
Not
I
necessarily.
imagine that when you get to be a president, there's a lot of backroom deals you got to make, and there's a lot of issues that people find ways of settling scores in the end that really don't have anything to do with anything until it has to do something to do with you personally, right? So if I'm going to pardon somebody that has no connection to you whatsoever, just know that there's a group of people that either got paid off or had some kind of satisfaction from this person getting let go, and the other group of people feel like they have a yoke on their face. I mean, it's not hard to surmise why a president would pardon a horrible person because of the people that put the effort into having them put away. I don't see how having the ability to pardon somebody and exercising it makes a person bad because of the political setting that they're placed in when it happens.
It depends. It depends on the individuals that they choose to pardon, doesn't it? And
that's the thing, Aiden. It depends on the individual.
Hold on, Dustin. I wasn't finished what I was saying. You can get triggered in just a moment, okay? You can get triggered in just 1 second. So, the pardoning that I'm referring to is the fact that I went into specific individual people and I went and found the worst examples for each one of the presidents for white-collar crime. Literally the worst ones that I could find for each of them. And that includes Biden, by the way. If you think that my Michael Conahan segment of that for Biden was in any way favorable for him, it really fucking wasn't. Because Michael Conahan's a piece of shit and Biden is a piece of shit for fucking commuting his sentence. So I'm not trying to do that as some giant point exclusively against Trump. However, I think even irrespective of your claim that I have an inherent anti-Trump bias, I think you'll find that the person that Trump pardoned was by far the worst one out of the 4 presidents that were talked about in that segment.
So, Aiden, you will admit that to date, there's been 58 Americans killed under President Obama and only 38 killed under Trump, right?
What do you mean?
In ICE reported in ICE related reported incidences.
Where? What? Where did you get that statistic from?
That's what it is. Those are the numbers. Those are the numbers to date. There's 38 Americans that have been killed in ICE related reported incidences, whereas Obama has 56 to date.
There was no ICE when Obama was on.
Well, no, there was ICE. No, ICE was established in, I believe, 2003.
Yeah.
Immigration.
Achilles, please.
Hold on, Dustin, he's part of the panel. He's allowed to contribute to the conversation if he wants to, okay? I'm giving him permission as owner of the channel to let him participate in the conversation, okay?
I'm the only one who can't.
Peter.
No,
you know what, Peter? Even you are allowed to participate in this conversation.
What?
How does that sound? I know.
Oh, man. Is
But
it Christmas already? It's snowing here, but I didn't know it was Christmas.
No, but Immigration and Customs Enforcement was, I think, established in 2003. So it was around during the Obama administration. However, I would want to see evidence that I'd want to see a citation for the numbers that you just gave there.
If I had the ability to share my screen, I would. You're just going to have to Google it and look it up.
You could read it, like if you have it available.
I did. I just read it.
Share your screen. It's the
where
button on the bottom.
From. Like, what is the name of the website or the name of the article?
You can.
The name
well, you want the AI Google search that I used?
If
you want the AI Google search that I used?
If you used Google AI as your primary source, then I'll call that into question as well, because Google AI is the same AI search tool that will tell you. No, dude, I can literally pull up so many instances of Google AI. Like,
I wasn't spying because what you're saying. I'm pressing on a knot in my back.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Fair enough. I understand that. I hate that shit with a passion when you have one of those things, so getting that out is perfectly understandable. So, Peter, sup all you fine folks. Hey, Krista, welcome to the Aiden Linden side chat. Good to have you over here. Good to have everybody over here. By the way, it's been like a solid 20 minutes since I
said so Peter, and then he calls me Krista.
I didn't say no, because Krista said sup all you fine folks.
Oh, but you said so Peter, and then you said...
Well, I said so Peter, and then I switched over to talking about Krista. Krista said something in the side chat. You know what, Peter? If you wanted to introduce another fucking speed bump into the conversation, we would have been over this by now. We would have been moved on to the next
I was curious what you were going to ask me. You said so Peter, and I thought, hey, I'm part of the conversation.
So far, the primary thing you've contributed over the past 10 minutes is, oh, hey, Aiden, I just want to point out that you said something and then said something else in rapid fast. Thank you, Peter. I appreciate that very much. 10 watching and only 8
always here to help.
What are y'all doing? That's what I was just about to say before I was rudely interrupted. Rudely. I haven't pimped the like button in a solid 20 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're out there and you haven't liked the stream, what the fuck are you doing with your life? That's what I'm saying. What the hell are you doing?
Well, I can speak for one of them. He's part of the panel and still waiting what so Peter would have.
Oh my god!
I'll
tell you what. If I conclude so Peter, will you hit the like button, Peter?
I will. Watch me.
So Peter, what you been up to recently?
Not much.
I'm gonna refresh.
And I hit the like button.
If there isn't an extra like on the stream, I'm throwing you out. I'm throwing you out
9
right here and right now.
9.
By the way, if somebody wanted to see, 10.
Number 9. 10.
We got double digits in this fucking biznatch now. That's what I like to see. I
don't know. My son hit the like button. Son, have you hit the like button already? If not, hit the like button.
I need you, ladies and gentlemen, to feel the power of the like. I need you to dig deep and give me that like from the very depths of your soul, ladies and gentlemen.
You're forgetting. Hold on. You're forgetting the A's. I want you to feel the power of the like button, and you have to hit it, and do it now. You have to add the A's to it.
I need you to hit the like button. We need the like button to be hit right now. And if we don't hit it right now, then we're going to see the gates of hell descend upon this stream.
I'm hitting it. I'm hitting it.
That's right, Achilles. That's right. The eclipse is coming back if you don't hit that like button.
Why does somebody keep hitting the like button where it's like 11, 12, 11, 12, 11, 12?
It's me.
That has to be spooky.
I literally get somebody in real time messing with the serotonin levels in my brain. You can't do that. You can't do that. That's not allowed.
By the way, does it light up for you, Aiden? Have you looked at that?
I think in studio it does.
I think if you mean by my brain doesn't light up when
No. If for some channels, if you say the words "hit the like button," it will light up in YouTube.
Oh, really?
It has never worked for me, which is why no one likes my videos. But and then again, no one likes my videos. But I lost count. I got, I think 4.
If
5?
Aiden became a Christian, he would have a cult-like following because of his charisma. Krista, look, you don't understand. My real calling in life, I was born too late for my real calling in life. My real calling in life would be like a parish priest for some like obscure bohemian village or something like that. Like just way out in the distance, way out in the hinterland. No bishops or anything like that nearby to moderate my behavior. I just got my own little flock. No, that's my real calling in life right there.
Aiden, if she says it, wouldn't it be Christima?
Christina?
No, Christima instead of charisma. Never mind.
God, wow.
Never mind.
You know what, Peter? I bet the joke will get a lot funnier if you explain it to everybody. Could you explain what you mean by that to everybody?
No,
so really get
of course not.
Understanding? Oh, right. Well, then you know
I'm
what?
not in the explaining.
Goodbye. Get the fuck out of here, Peter. No, I'm just joking. You're always allowed back in the stream. But now you have to inhabit the bottom, Peter. You're in the bottom.
I what?
You're at the bottom of the hierarchy.
I'm always at the bottom.
Midnight's second on the totem pole, which isn't really fair because Achilles was here first, but that doesn't matter. I was never about fairness on this channel. Yeah, Midnight's second on the totem pole. Achilles, he's bringing up the middle. Dustin.
Why are you on Restream, by the way?
I'm not even a part of this rank.
Long story.
I'm an enemy combatant.
Long
You just
story.
wedged me in here.
It is a long story. It's a story that you can watch my previous stream if you would like to find out.
It's a banned question, that one.
That is a banned question. So I'll give you one.
Peter. So
what the reason I'm asking is I still have this tool for you where you can just hit one button and mute the entire panel. I think you would need that function.
Do I have the feeling that if you use that tool, it's going to give Peter control over your mute button?
No, it doesn't give me control over the mute button either. It only if
I don't trust you. You sound German.
No, only if it would give me a seat.
No, he's Dutch. He's like great value.
Well, it depends on where I am. If I'm in the back of my property, I might be German. If I go back to the cabinet, I'll be Dutch again.
You ever see that, Dustin, in Walmart, the Great Value brand? He's Great Value German. He's Dutch.
It's the Mexico and Germany.
That's right, folks. That's right. When the Dutch send their people, they're not sending their best, folks. They're not sending their best. The Dutch East India Company is a horrible thing, and we need to get rid of it, folks. It's true. It's true. Yeah. Everybody likes to talk about the British East India Company, but Peter loves to bring up the Dutch East India Company.
You know for a fact that the U.S. was influenced by the Dutch East India Company in order to do the finances in their country. That was inspired by the Dutch East India Company.
Oh, really?
Yes, and then the Dutch invented something, and then the Americans copied that and called it Wall Street now.
That's true.
Yeah,
I think almost all of the major boroughs in New York come from major like Dutch villages that were part.
I
of
mean,
No. You don't reach back far enough. All of these models come from Africa, where the guys with the bones in their noses, like they all had their own individual huts, and that's how we modeled it right after that.
Dustin, do you realize that like in 1000 BC, a bunch of people in Europe were like rubbing sticks together to create fire, and meanwhile in like Sudan and Egypt, they were like at the height and pinnacle of their civilization. Like this notion that like Africa always been inferior to Europe just is not true when you look back at a historical context. It's really
in all fairness, of all the Western countries, America is now the most inferior.
Oh, don't trigger. Don't say
I'm
that.
just saying. I'm just saying.
When has it ever not been? It's been 200 years in the making. You guys have thousands of years on us, and you barely invented the automobile. Oh wait, that was us.
Oh wait, no. Oh wait. That was the Germans.
Oh,
sorry.
Not entirely.
Yes, entirely.
No. Ford, I believe Ford was an American product, right? Like,
yeah, but Ford didn't invent the automobile. That was Daimler-Benz, otherwise known as Mercedes. They were the first one out with an automobile.
But then the Germans took it a little far.
I'm not sure if that's true.
They took it a bit too far, a little bit.
They added a lot of cannons on them, and got a little weird, you know.
Hey.
Yeah.
At least America.
I love it. I love it though.
Hey,
having an American say that they invented the automobile, that is funny.
They invented the wheel.
Oh well, okay. I misspoke. What I should have said was the industry.
What the Americans invented was leaded gas and Freon for what's it called? Refrigerators, which killed tons of people.
Thomas Midgley Jr. on this live stream. How dare you? He was a great man. Just because he was the single most destructive human being to ever exist in terms of his damage on the environment doesn't mean anything, okay?
No, doesn't make him a bad guy, right?
No. I mean, to be fair, I imagine if he had even a shred of a conscience, he was probably incredibly haunted by what he did.
Yeah, probably.
We all make mistakes.
I mean, it wasn't him that was pushing leaded gasoline as hard as they were. It was things like the
I mean, he cost me money twice.
You poor baby.
I had to put new cylinder heads. I had to put new cylinder heads on both my Mustang and my Cougar, and that's eight cylinder things per car. I mean, that's a lot. Oh, Big Bad Mama.
Yes, welcome to the show, Big Bad Mama.
BBM.
Somebody was.
What's up with the likes, Big Bad Mama? What's up with the likes? If you can help us out with the likes, then maybe Aiden can get some too.
Wait, where did Big Bad Mama go?
Uh-oh.
There's Big Bad Mama.
He's probably got connection issues.
No. He was still here. I was
just
messing with him. Oh, I can hear you.
Yes, we can.
You were off the screen for a second because
can you do me a favor?
I was asking you about the likes.
Pull up a side by side of
did you figure
Big
it out?
Bad Mama?
Dustin, just give me a second. Just 1 second. One at a time. Peter, go ahead, and then Dustin.
Yeah, Big Bad Mama. Have you figured out the likes question? Because if we can figure that out, then we can get Aiden some likes too. I was
pressing him on and off for a while.
It was him.
No, I meant the ones in the email chain.
What?
What?
The email chain.
What?
Yes.
We keep doing that.
Aren't we emailing about a questionable thing regarding likes? Didn't Suit mention that?
Wait,
Oh,
there's an email chain
yeah,
I'm not involved.
Yes.
It's with Hoven stuff.
Well, I mean, I imagine if it was Peter involved, I wouldn't want
Peter
to.
has a Hoven boner. I can't believe it. I can't believe it.
Oh,
Well, don't talk about that. That got me in trouble once already. So let's not talk about that.
How are you doing, Big Bad Mama? Welcome to the show.
I'm doing okay. Good segment earlier, Aiden.
Oh, you thought so? Thank you. I appreciate that. At least
You need to
actually
pull up
watched it, Dustin.
I was busy.
BBM,
I know.
BBM, what's your take on the release of the unredacted Epstein files today?
I'm just taking pictures.
Oh, were they released today?
Yes.
Oh, you should repeat it.
Jesus Christ.
Yes, by Germany and France, and the Americans are now catching up. And yeah, Twitter is kind of a mess right now, because those who voted for Trump now have access to the unredacted Epstein files, and they're not happy.
All of them?
Yes.
Dude, will you stop speaking for people? Like, you are not a barometer
I'm not
whatsoever.
talking for
how
people. I'm
feel.
just reporting.
You really are. You're
what
saying
I
that
see.
Donald Trump's voters don't like what they're seeing. You don't know that. You don't know shit.
I mean, you clearly don't like what's going on.
How do you know?
right now.
How do you know that what we see in there might not make us vote for him harder? I mean, if you think about it, Bill
What?
Clinton.
Oh, we stopped.
How
Oh,
do
yeah,
you know?
Sure. His
How do
association
you know, dude?
with Jeffrey Epstein is going to make him popular.
Yeah, I'm sure that's going to
Yeah.
make him
Why
more
not? It did for
palatable to the
everybody
American
else.
people than ever before.
It works. It works for everybody else. I don't see
do
why
you
it wouldn't
mean?
work for Trump.
If it worked,
What,
then why would
what celebrity
if it was
isn't in those
beneficial-
files?
Okay, hold on, Dustin. If it was beneficial for him, right? If that really was the case, then why wouldn't if he just fulfilled his campaign promise and just released them all unredacted?
What do you? Who's released more documents on the Epstein file in office than
He
than
had
anyone
to, because
else?
of Congress.
Oh, he
Yeah,
had
Germany and
voted to release
Germany
he
and
had
France.
to.
He did have to. It was called
Right.
the Epstein Files
In fact,
Transparency.
In fact, I put a short in the chat,
Oh.
Aiden, kind of with a little. The guy gives a nice little summary of what the cover-up was.
So let me get this straight. You guys are telling me that there's a cover up in the Epstein files, but he went ahead and signed the act anyway when he had the ability to veto it.
It was veto proof. It was veto proof.
Well,
It
then
was
why would he
every
need to
member
sign
of
it
the House of
then?
Representatives.
Why would he need to sign it
Well, he
then?
had to sign it. Yeah.
Why would he need to sign it then? I
It was
don't
Every
understand.
member of the Senate and every member of the House of Representatives except for one.
Oh, whatever, dude. If it was really that bad, he wouldn't have signed it. He wouldn't have signed it. Okay, if it was really bad for him, why would he even? Why would he? It doesn't make any sense, guys. It doesn't make sense.
And
Okay,
besides-
it really
let's
doesn't.
let's just say that he could veto it. Do you really think that would make him look good? Do you really think that
What
would
difference would it make?
Right.
The vials would come out either way.
Apparently, to you, it wouldn't make a difference at all, Dustin, and that's kind of
It doesn't. If it's veto proof, there's no difference.
No, I.
If it's
literally
veto proof, it
prefaced
doesn't
what
make
I
a
was
difference.
saying. I
Dude,
literally
Aiden,
prefaced
you're
what I
not
was
going to manipulate
No,
what I think.
We're not going to play this game. I'm not going to talk over you. This is my fucking show. All right? The difference between those things, Dustin, is the fact that Trump... I literally prefaced what I was saying by saying if it wasn't veto proof and he had the ability to veto it, it would make it completely untenable for him to have any credibility if he vetoed that at that point. There'd be no option at that point except to assume the absolute worst.
Love of God, am I allowed to talk yet?
Nope.
No, that's horseshit, Aiden. In all honesty, if there was anything in those files, he probably would have done anything he could have to try to nuke the fucking bill. All right, there's lots of things he could have caved on that he could have used as a negotiation tactic to keep those Epstein files hidden. You're telling me that, for the love of God, Aiden, all he had to do was use any one of.
Hold on, Peter. Peter, let him finish. Let him finish. Go back to the beginning, but let him finish.
Okay.
Dustin, finish what you were
It
saying.
does, Peter. Like, I really don't care what you're gonna show, man. You guys are just trying to manipulate me.
You asked me for the evidence. I'm
Bro,
bringing you the
shut
evidence.
No, I didn't. Actually, Peter, I didn't ask you for a fucking thing. Nothing. I'm not asking you for a fucking thing, Peter. I wouldn't take. You could tell me the sky's blue, and I'd look outside just to check. Shut the fuck up, Peter.
Yeah, you
Anyway.
could be that dumb.
Anyway,
No, I just wouldn't trust you. Anyway,
Stuff. Just talk. And
dude,
not
I'll
tell-
say what I want, Achilles. I'll say what I want when I want. Okay.
Well,
Stop.
I'm doing.
Can I do that too?
You're really not, though.
I to show
Can I
some
do
level.
that
You guys
too?
aren't gonna
I'd like
let me
to. I'd like
finish. It's not even worth hanging
No,
I'll
around.
say
Dude.
what I want, what I want to say, just like you.
You have some level, bro. Just pretend for the
No,
show.
I'm not going to. I'm not going to. I'll do what I want. Okay.
Man,
I'll say what I want. I'm not gonna be emotionally manipulated.
all right, Dustin.
I'm with Dustin on this one.
Peter,
Don't
I'm
tell
gonna mute
people
you.
to
I'm
shut
gonna
up.
mute you too, Peter. I'm gonna mute you too, bitch. You say one more thing. You step one more fucking pinky toe out of line, Peter. You're getting muted too.
Oops.
All right. There you go. There you go. I said one little pinky toe. That's all it took. That's all it took. Listen here, both of you. All right. You're gonna be respectful. Not completely. You can have your own views, you can express your own points, and you can articulate them, but you gotta let other people talk as well. And that goes for everybody. Okay? That goes for everybody here. You gotta let other people talk. Because if everybody's just over talking each other, then nobody can hear a fucking thing from anyone, and it's not productive. Okay? So that being said, Dustin, say what you had to say before. Pretend like what had just happened didn't happen. Say what you were going to say before, and then Peter's going to play his video.
Okay, Aiden, look. There's going to be things in the Epstein files that don't look good. There are going to be things in the Epstein files that don't look good, I imagine, because a lot of these emails are probably planted. Because anybody who knows that they're going to be exposed in the future is going to want a lot of incriminating evidence of powerful people of all varieties and flavors and shapes. So it's the best cover. That's just the bottom fucking line. Once you get to a certain point in this game, you're going to realize that you have to be crooked in order to maintain it. Because the people that are interested in maintaining their power and wealth aren't interested in things that are considered moral or clear. They're interested in things that help them pass their day and forget how shitty they are on the inside, like Peter. I'm going to have a good day. You guys have a good day talking about Donald Trump and whatever toxic sludge you seem to think is going to end his career, and I'm going to continue to laugh when nothing happens. Bye.
Bye.
I mean, this is so MAGA. Once you are going to be confronted with evidence, you run. And by the way, can I say that Norway has arrested their former prime minister because he's in the Epstein files? So
wow. So other countries are actually holding their leaders accountable for the fucked up shit that they did?
Yep.
Can I say that Great Britain has kicked a prince out of the royal family entirely because he's in the Epstein files?
And their prime minister is about to resign. I don't know if he will, but
there are more people who are going to resign and get arrested all over the world because of the Epstein files. There's only one country that's not going to join in, I'm afraid.
Yeah, guess which one it is?
Yeah.
The one that thinks that everything is about that country.
Although
it's like, all this is
there
about
is hope.
President. Yeah,
there is hope. Can I play the video? Can I play the video? It's less than 2 minutes.
You can play this, and then I'll say what I had to say about this as well.
Okay.
I just watched an interview Trump did about this whole Epstein thing, and he said, I quote, "I think it's time for the country to move on to something else." No, bro. No. We brought you in to clean house. We brought you in to bring the noose back. We brought you in to clean the swamp. Enter whatever fucking funny saying you want to say. We brought you in to handle shit. No, we're not moving on. We've moved on from fucking everything else. We're not moving on from this shit. Because it's black and fucking white at this point in time. That some people need to fucking hang. So one of two things is going to happen. You're either complicit with everybody and you wanted to move on because you got some big fucking problems ahead of you, or you're going to do the job that we brought you in to do, which is hang some people. You and Dana can do it in the front yard of the White House before or after the UFC event. We don't much give a fuck. However, if you don't start putting some people in nooses soon, and I mean like soon, shit's going to pop off in this country, cuz. Shit is going to pop off in this country because there are a lot of people like me that just don't give a fuck anymore. You're taxing us to death. Fucking, we're done. You understand that? There's a lot of people like me that love life. We love living. We love being alive. We love our children. We love our family. But at the end of the day, the route that we're going, we're already slaves. You think we want to let our kids be even more indentured servants to you motherfuckers in DC? And you can call me crazy, you can call me whatever the fuck you want, but I know goddamn well that there are millions upon millions upon millions that think exactly what I'm saying right now. They have no fucking problem going out in a blaze of glory to ensure the next generation isn't fucked the same way that we're fucked by some of you scumbags. I brought you in, Trump, to do a fucking job. You better fucking start doing it.
We watched this before here, but
I think that he did, but I think he's just trying to illustrate the point to Dustin, and for the sake of making that point, I let him play it. I just want to say, I'm going to do that with this kind of as a bit of a background to what I'm saying, but here, I'm just going to maximize that really quickly. So as ICE withdraws, quote unquote, from Minneapolis, remember they killed 2 citizens, abducted a little boy in a bunny hat, and terrorized residents for a month, and still couldn't provoke a riot to invoke martial law. Will go down as one of the great non-violent displays of resistance in recent U.S. history. And I would absolutely agree with that. I'd absolutely agree that that is how the affairs in Minneapolis are going to be looked at. Because let's face it, look at the political climates in all these other countries around the world right now. You've got people in Nepal burning their governmental parliament to the ground over major government corruption, throwing major government officials out of office, but also refusing to do violence to them and refusing to do violence to their family members. And even in certain instances, helping family members of fleeing politicians. You got that in Nepal. You've got Norway, what was just described by Peter. They've arrested one of their former prime ministers for being in the Epstein files. You've got the fact that Andrew's been effectively thrown out of the royal family in the United Kingdom. You have all of these instances of accountability, big or small, occurring all over the world right now. And in America, even in spite of the fact that there wasn't a major riot that would be able to have martial law invoked for it, you still have people unironically running around calling people like Alex Preddy and Renee Good domestic terrorists, even in spite of the fact that everything that's going on around us right now shows that America has been objectively one of the most passive countries when it comes to dealing with government overreach and government tyranny. And think about that. It's a country that has more guns than people in it. And there hasn't been major issues of people shooting at these people. Nor do I want there to be issues of people shooting at government agents. I don't want that to be a common thing. But I got to be totally honest with you. If you asked me a few years ago how America would react to shit like this, I would have thought, unfortunately, that there would be bodies stacked in the streets right now. And thankfully, that's not the case. It's not. But at the same time, I don't necessarily think that that level of restraint is going to last forever.
It isn't.
So it's really up to the government, not the people, as far as how they pursue their policies moving forward. There's been this onus that's been put on the American people. Oh, well, if they just calmed down and didn't resist and just allowed all this government overreach, well, then they wouldn't need to be there in the first place. It's like, yeah, no shit. Isn't that the case for every single totalitarian state? I'm sure the Nazis wouldn't have needed the Gestapo if everyone was just like, oh, yes, this is perfectly fine. Sieg Heil. I'm sure they wouldn't need a fucking Gestapo to go around rounding people up at that point. So, like, I just don't get that as an argument. I really don't. And I'm going to let someone else talk because I've kind of dominated the conversation. Sorry about that.
I got, if
I think the
it's
U.S.
possible,
learned good lessons from this. Sorry, Peter, go ahead.
no, if it's possible, I do have one more video.
Can we let Big Ben?
Oh, wait, I want to say something though.
first? Yes.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
So, yeah, I want to say that I think the U.S. has learned its lessons from peaceful demonstrations back during the civil rights era and during the protests of the Vietnam War. That those were the most effective protests. And I think there was a conscious effort to do that now in regards to this ICE issue. Go ahead.
Well said, Big Bad Mama. Peter, go ahead.
But
I
Peter,
shared a video. If I don't know if that's possible.
Oh, did you share it in the chat or?
No, I shared it.
I
shared the screen.
I see your Trump statue.
Okay, let's try this again. Window.
Peter, the OBS master just messed up everybody.
No, this is in Restream. This isn't in OBS. I'm sharing it in Restream.
Oh, I see it. I see it.
See? It was the host messing up. Again.
Peter, mute your... Hold on. Just let me play this.
France and Germany released the files, guys. Go look at them. They're unredacted. France and Germany released the files, guys. Unredacted. Go look at them. I'm seeing grown men crying. I'm seeing people sickened. I've seen people throw up this morning. Literal throw up. Sick and nauseous at their stomach. We're being suppressed. They're not wanting us to see it. But you can find them. Go find it. Do your work. Find the files. They're unredacted. France and Germany has them. They are released. Putin's next. Putin will release next, guys. I'm telling you. Putin's going to release the photos that he has of Trump. That'll be the next thing he does. Putin will no longer have control over top of us, and neither will Israel. Time's up, guys. Time is up. Donald Trump, we're calling for your impeachment. We're asking for you to resign before we impeach you, but we can impeach you too. That's fine. But when we impeach you, we will be walking you down to the county jail. You will be arraigned, and you will stand trial for the crimes you've committed against these kids, man. You make me fucking sick. Not only are you going to go down as the worst president in history, but you're going to go down as a president who woke America up. Your people are turning on you faster than spoiled milk in the sun on a hot July day in Texas. Sir, I would make it easy on yourself now. I would take yourself down and turn yourself in, have yourself handcuffed, and have yourself jailed. Because what the people are going to do to you when they find out and they get a hold of these files from France and Germany, son, it'll be a bad day in hell for you. It'll be the first day in hell for you, but it'll be the bad day. Sir, if you have any decency,
all right, Peter.
I very highly recommend that you ask your God.
What's up, Big Bad? Here, can you video?
Yeah,
I'm hearing echo.
Yeah, there. I think it's.
I heard that this is a false report about the unredacted files. Just so you know.
Oh, big bad fact checker out here. Hey, I appreciate that.
I just fact checked it. You can check it.
Damn. Big Bad Mama was quick with that fact check, too. He was like, analyzing.
I mean, give me something else rather than a video.
I mean, that's true. That is true. I mean, I do try to have a little bit of a decent standard when it comes to that kind of thing.
I mean, research by YouTube videos, not the best.
I can't dog Lupin for that and then just be like, it's okay when Peter does it.
If it's not true, we did wonder immediately, like, how did they get them? I mean, from what I know, they're in the hands of the FBI. So how did France and Germany?
Yeah, DOJ.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I was wondering immediately was like, okay, if they have them, like you go back and look, yeah, both me and Achilles were like, okay, how did they get them? But I don't know if it is the case, that's fucking awesome because I mean, the public deserves to have them unredacted. I mean, like keep the victims redacted, but that's really the only thing that I would want redacted in it whatsoever. And even then, with the current context of things being the way that they are, it seems like it's a little bit too late to keep some of them redacted, unfortunately, just because of the abject mishandling of it. But I have a couple of other things to kind of go through here while we're hanging out here before the end of the day. Let me just find my first one here because Facebook just kind of likes to disorganize itself every once in a while over here. It's okay when I use Facebook as a source, but Peter can't use YouTube as a source. No, but I'm just more doing this for conversation fodder at this point in the stream. And what I got here is 1 year of RFK Jr. as health secretary. Let's summarize just the achievements. Measles is back. Big time. One type of food dye has been removed from Fruit Loops. Not one single American is healthier by any measure. Research funding has been slashed. That's about it. Make America healthy again. Because Maha Action under here says, it's been 1 year since RFK Jr. was sworn in as HHS secretary. For the first time in modern American history, Americans are healthier than they were the year before, which is like such a ridiculous claim. Like, do you really mean to tell the narrative that like for the last like 30 years, America's just been getting worse and worse? You know what, guys? We took lead out of the gasoline. You know what happened? People got worse. You know, like just... It's just a silly narrative. That's not true at all. And you know what's not also going to be true? When you do the exact thing that was mentioned here above and cut research funding and you slash the ability of the Food and Drug Administration to be able to test for different pathogens, it's not exactly true to be able to state that that somehow makes America healthier and better off.
Aiden?
So
I just looked it up. So as of now, there's no verified evidence that France, Germany, or any other nation released the unredacted Epstein files. So we have to retract that claim.
What's the we? Sorry, what we?
It's you, Peter.
This is an article from.
Good thing you have me on here.
Times Now. Times Now World. That's the only one that I could find that actually replied to the whole thing.
Big Bad Mama, are you ready? Are you ready?
The weird thing is, though, that if other countries don't have access to the Epstein files, why did Norway arrest their previous prime minister?
Because he was in them.
Really quick?
That is true.
Dang. Can we get
and we've all seen what happened to former Prince Andrew, because that's all in the open and that's widely reported on. So if they don't have access to the files, then why are they going after these people if they don't have the evidence against them? That would seem kind of weird.
Hold on. Okay. So there's a CNN article from 2 days ago. I'm going to pull this up. I'm fact checking you now, Peter. Peter's an unreliable source. You gotta fact check him now. You never know what that Peter's gonna say. No, I'm just joking.
I'll be fact checking you every single time now.
I thought you said fuck checking for a quick second.
Fuck checking. that might be a good thing to do too. You never know.
Here, I'm gonna pull this up. So this is a CNN article. You know it's legit when the Clinton News Network says that it's true. Am I right? Mm-hmm. Former Norway leader charged with thing that's in the way because my notification was there. Charged with corruption after probe into alleged Epstein ties, lawyers say. Norway's former prime minister, whatever the fuck that name is, has been charged with aggravated corruption after a police probe into his alleged ties into the late sex offender Jeffrey Epstein.
Torbjörn Jagland is his name.
Like, I'm supposed to just know that. What a fucked up name that guy's got.
Well, you're semi-American, so we can't really expect for you
semi-American.
To speak.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
Fuck
well, you are supposed to be able to speak French.
Too European to be American, too American to be European. What the hell am I then? What the hell am I then, Peter?
As I said, semi-American. You are American. You're living in America, in North America, because didn't you watch what was it, the halftime show where they listed all the American countries, including the South American ones?
I didn't catch that. No, I didn't catch that at all. Let me read the article, Peter. Let me read the article. You could get into your old man rant later, okay? I saw Bumblebee today, and the Bumblebee went over to the park, and the park had a really lovely dew from the previous morning. That's great, Peter. Really glad to hear that, buddy. Anyways, in the real world, no, I'm just joking, Peter. I'm sorry. Please don't leave the stream.
Why is there in that advertisement a thing that looks like the Canadian flag, but it isn't?
What is that?
You did that on purpose, right?
That's the fleur de lis, sir.
Yeah, so
being educated,
slightly made up as looking like the Canadian flag.
That's not even okay. Look,
that's
the maple
that's
leaf.
just you being corrupt, trying to get Canada in it again.
Fuck you, Peter. I'm gonna throw you out. You know what, Peter? You're being a domestic terrorist right now. That's what you're doing right now. You're being a domestic terrorist because I'm the authority around. I'm the authority around
into the back of the garden, and I'll be a foreign terrorist.
You're impeding Aiden enforcement.
It's easy for me
right now, live on the stream. You're impeding my enforcement, and that means that I have the right to get rid of you right now. So you be careful there, Peter.
I'll be careful.
Sir. No, don't be careful. Continue being yourself. I wouldn't want it any other way, Peter. A domesticated Peter.
Damn! I thought I misread. I thought it said Aiden Law Firm. There, it says Eldon Law Firm.
Aiden Law Firm. Hey guys,
that would be a good one if that had said Aiden Law Firm.
That would be the most like guerrilla marketing campaign of all time. Hey guys, let me advertise my new law firm in the ad in the ad section for an article that I'm reading related to my stream. Yeah. That's like 8D chess.
I want you to read the article and just because there are a few names coming up that I want to hear you pronounce.
You're not getting it, Peter. You ain't getting it.
There are letters in there that you have never heard of.
Norway's former prime minister, Thorbjorn.
Yes.
Thorbjorn
Jagland.
Jagland. Yeah, Jagland.
Yeah, it's pronounced Jagland.
Jagland. It's actually.
I'll give you that one. I'll give you that one.
I was intentionally mispronouncing it for comedic effect, Peter. Thank you so much. Oh, it's okay when I undermine your joke. You know what? Never mind. I'm not letting you do it, Peter. I'm not letting you break my stride. Has been charged with aggravated corruption after a police probe into his alleged ties in the late offender Jeffrey Epstein, according to the law firm representing him. Eldon Law Firm.
I always get antsy when it says police probe.
All right.
Where are they probing?
All right, Peter. I warned you. Stay back. It's your one warning. Eldon Law Firm confirmed to CNN on Thursday that Jagland is, quote, charged with aggravated corruption, end quote, adding that he, quote, denies all charges. Ökokrim. Norway's Erku?
Echo.
What the fuck? All that I see is an O with a little slashy thing through it, and apparently that
Yeah,
just
that means it's not an O.
completely. Yeah, but then why is it an O then, Peter? Why is it an O?
Because it's not.
No.
It's a non-O. That's why there's this slash through it. That means it's a non-O.
You know how you said that I'm American but not American? This is a perfect example linguistically of exactly that thing.
Oh, then the next name is.
This probably came from some. Shut the fuck up, Peter. Shut the fuck up. You stay in line, bitch. Anyways, this name right here, this O right here, probably had some like predecessor in some ancient Scandinavian runic script. And they were like, how are we going to adopt that into the Latin?
It had parents that were found in the Epstein files.
That's it, Peter. That's it.
All right, get on with it.
That's
Jesus.
It. I'm trying, Big Bad Mama. All right? You gotta understand, there's agitators in the side chat. There's Achilles typing away and not even muting himself while he's typing because he thinks nobody can hear him with his membrane keyboard, but it is
exactly why I thought the membrane keyboard was. It disappointed me, all right, but I can't mute myself because I might want to jump in and I would not remember I was muted. So okay,
don't worry, I can do it for you. No, I'm just joking. Økokrim, Norway's investigative agency for economic and environmental crime, said that it will now question Jagland as part of its ongoing investigation. The agency director, Paul Lonsith. Go ahead, Big Bad Mama. Let's hear it.
It's too.
It's too small. I don't have my reading glasses on right now.
I don't. Here, let me see.
He's pulling him out.
The agency's director, Paul Lonseth, said searches were carried out Jagland's residence in Oslo on Thursday, as well as 2 other properties. Økokrim cannot comment on any potential seizures. The investigation will now take its course, he said in a statement.
All right, let's see, Peter. All of you out here are giving some serious fucking attitude today, all right? You calm down. You calm down. Peter, was Big Bad Mama's pronunciation more correct? And if you say yes, you're never allowed back definitely. On again. Okay, you're never allowed back on.
Thank you,
better.
Peter.
A lot better.
Allowed back on.
Oh, what's the O with the weird thing in the middle?
It doesn't make sense, Big Bad Mama. It's stupid. All right.
Is that Phoenician?
I mean, if all fails, Aiden, we can ask Achilles to type in his home language.
Yeah,
you want to talk about screwed up
and
letters.
have you read
Let's
that.
talk about Greece.
You want some Greek? I'll give you.
It's Greek to me. My name's Big Bad Mama. I'm funny.
By the way, since you brought me in to this computer, because I'm actually on typing on another one. There is something that happened today, and for me, it's just evidence once again that the whole thing that we're against Trump and all that, it's a straw man. It's not even the case. We're not against Trump. I don't know about some. Yes, some are against him, but I'm personally against anyone from the both sides that are playing the people, and we are suffering in social issues, healthcare, Medicare, food, price, and then they're like blaming each other. So I have an issue there. It's not a specific party or president. So something happened today.
There are some Democrats that are bad too. Just wanted to say that out loud.
So something happened.
By the way,
shut up,
can you
highlight? No, Peter, no, I can't, because other people are trying to talk, and you need to respect the fucking decorum in the stream, dude. Achilles, go ahead.
So today, Chancellor Merz of Germany gave some speech somewhere, and he accused the Germans of being lazy and that they should look into the Greeks on how much they are working. And where is the irony in that? The irony is that for the past 10 years, they've been telling Germans that the reason your taxation is so high is because of the lazy Greeks. And now the chancellor is coming up and says, you gotta work like the Greeks. And we're all like, okay, make up your damn mind, right? Because it all adds up to everybody working more, you know? So I just want to throw that in there. They're just playing with us, guys. They're just, Germans had for years in their taxation, they had some percentage, like plus 10%, for the lazy Greeks. It was right there in the form that they were paying money to the state. And we learned that here in Greece from Germans that were vacating in Greece. And they saw how much Greeks were working, and they were like, wait a minute, we are paying for you. And we're like, you ain't paying for us. We are paying, and we can't even, make it. So they're using each other to get more money out of us. So I just wanted to throw that out. You can look it up. Merz, lazy Germans, you find out immediately. It's not a fake news. I'm not Peter, right? I fact check stuff.
Oh, damn. You gotta take that line down, Peter?
Ooh.
You gotta take that line down, Peter?
Hold on, what line?
Lying down. You gotta take that lying down?
I honestly, I didn't hear because I stepped away just for a second. I had to calm my tiny parrot down because he was raising hell and I couldn't hear a thing.
Anytime Peter gets muted, he's trained his parrot to just go ape shit.
No.
It's just like, just freak the fuck out.
No.
Aiden, can you play the short that I put in the chat? It's only a minute long.
Absolutely, I can. I actually...
Thank you. It goes to Dustin's point about, Trump wanted to release him, then he didn't want to release him, then he did want to release him. It kind of shows that there is a cover-up more on one side than the other. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mute myself. Gotta continue typing this.
It's been 12 months since you gave Republican influencers part one of the Epstein files. You said the list was on your desk. Then a memo came out and said that there was no list. Phase 2 of the binders never happened. The President of the United States says the Epstein thing is a hoax. He blasts his own base for wanting the release of the files. He blamed Barack Obama. Republicans voted against the release of the files in the Rules Committee. Then they refused to even return to the Rules Committee until they could be protected from future votes on the release. Speaker Johnson sends Congress home a day early before break. They sent the Deputy Attorney General to meet with Maxwell. She says something favorable about the president. Miraculously, she gets transferred to a minimum security facility. No one can explain why. Miraculously, the leaks to the Wall Street Journal stop. We come back from break. We have the Massey discharge petition. Republicans drop a rule, a non-binding resolution trying to kill the Massey discharge petition. The White House says passing the Massey discharge petition is a hostile act. It's been 12 months since you gave Republicans.
That's all I could get in a minute, but you get the idea.
Yeah, no, you adequately highlighted the main parts of what was being discussed there for sure. And I agree that I think that does a very good job of illustrating that it's not just, oh, well, he wanted to release it and then he didn't want to release it. And the idea that that doesn't even matter, that doesn't even factor into things at all is just ridiculous. Like, how does that not factor into things? How can you not hold somebody to any kind of account for the things that they promised you in their campaign? Yeah, if it was a campaign promise, like, I'm going to go fix this road or something like that, that'd be one thing. But the release of the files pertaining to the largest sex trafficking case in American history, that's not just your bog standard campaign promise. And the fact that he just totally tried to renege on that, and you just want to basically let him get away with that and shrug your shoulders, just kind of tells me that you're not very critical of him.
Right. It's say nothing's going to happen with it. It's like, so why do anything?
Yeah, it's like, and I don't think that you're the kind of person that would have said this, Big Bad Mama, but back in like 2016, I heard a lot of people saying about Hillary Clinton with the whole like lock her up thing. You know, for as much as that wasn't actually going to happen, just for like the political reality of the situation, I heard people like almost justifying that, like, well, it's never going to happen, and therefore we shouldn't be talking about all the horrible things that she did with all those things that she wrote and those emails and those drone strikes that she did and all that shit. And it's like, no, we should talk about those things and we should point out that they're awful. Just because it's inconvenient to her campaign doesn't make them any less true.
Well, she had to go through hearing after hearing about all that stuff.
That is true.
And just a quick question. Just a quick question to all of you.
Gone through because of this.
What's up?
So, if Trump or any of his friends wouldn't have been in the Epstein files, but it would be all Democrats, do you think the files would have been released already?
Yeah, something tells me that there would be significantly less pushback by the current administration to have those files released.
Yeah, but there's still billionaires in there, and ultimately that's who they're looking to protect in some way.
Right.
No,
Yeah,
I agree.
That's why I said Trump and any of his friends.
I said there'd be less. I never said there wouldn't be any pushback, because there would still definitely be pushback. But I think that the major pushback that you're seeing right now is being facilitated. Well, it's being facilitated by a lot of everyday people. And I don't think that it would be nearly as tenable if the average everyday person wasn't kind of, or at least a decent chunk of them weren't just kind of dismissive of this at this point and just acting like, oh, whatever, who cares, which unfortunately is the case.
Epstein file fatigue.
Yeah, God. I'll roll my eyes just thinking about that. I had something sent to me a couple of weeks back. Now, this is a little old, but apparently I was told that it's got some pretty good highlights in it. It's Senator Cassidy blasts RFK Jr. at Senate hearing. So I'm going to give that a play. Let's see if there's any juicy nuggets of information in here that we can know about. Now, if there's anything from the actual newscast, I'm going to have to skip past it because I don't want to get copyright struck or anything like that. But I'll play the parts that are pertinent.
Senator Cassidy.
Thank you. I'll try and restore a little calm here. And I'm approaching this as a doctor, not as a senator. I am concerned about children's health, seniors' health, all of our health. And I applaud you for joining the president in a call for radical transparency. Thank you for that. I said yesterday, I believe it, that President Trump deserves a Nobel Prize for Operation Warp Speed. If he had been President Obama, he would have gotten it. But because of Operation Warp Speed, forcing the federal government to come to a vaccine development within 10 months when others said it couldn't be done, we saved millions of lives globally, trillions of dollars, we reopened economies.
Which, by the way, I would still say to this day, one of the few good things Trump did was Operation Warp Speed, as far as allowing that to be approved when he did. I do agree that that did certainly save loads of lives.
Every president would have approved it, though. So
no, it's true.
It's good, but
no, it's true. It would have been It would have been pretty politically untenable to go, no, folks, I have something available to help the American people, but I'm not going to give it to them, folks, because there's a bunch of anti-vax moms on Facebook. Shut the hell up, Peter. Shit. I'm trying to play the video.
Well, I just found something you're not going to be happy with.
Well, you're going to be able to talk about it all you want after this video. Shut the hell up. Wait your turn, Peter. The show can go on for a while. I have the day off, Peter. It's not a big deal. Not a big deal.
Well, this is kind of a big deal.
Well, we will get to it in its time. Shut up! Thank you.
Incredible accomplishment.
Doing what my son.
Mr. Secretary, do you agree with me that the president deserves a Nobel Prize for Operation Warp Speed?
Yeah, absolutely, Senator. That was phenomenal.
Let me ask you. But you just told Senator Bennett that the COVID vaccine killed more people than COVID.
You know what? I just want to leave. I want to let that hang for a second. I just want to let
I got to snip that.
that hang for just a moment. Yeah, you do got to snip that because that's just such a perfect moment of the contradictory narrative coming apart right in front of their eyes. Because, yeah, if it did kill more people than COVID, according to you, how can he deserve a Nobel Prize for it? It's almost like you know that that's bullshit, RFK Jr., and you know that you're only saying that because it'll get you more political capital within the certain weird fucking groups that you've come to associate yourself with over all this time. Like, yeah, Big Bad Mama, please do put this up on your channel because this does deserve more coverage. I'm going to go back and play it once again just to get it in its proper context.
The president deserves a Nobel Prize for Operation Warp Speed?
Yeah, absolutely, Senator. That was phenomenal.
Let me ask you, but you just told Senator Bennett that the COVID vaccine killed more people than COVID.
Wait,
that was a statement.
I did not say that.
Okay, then let me ask, because you also were
Senator, I just want to make clear, I did not say that.
We'll check the record. That's a question of fact. You also said that you were also, as lead attorney for the Children's Health Defense, you engaged in multiple lawsuits attempting to restrict access to the COVID vaccine. Again, it surprises me that you think so highly of Operation Warp Speed when, as an attorney, you attempted to restrict access. Now, let me ask.
I'm happy to explain why.
I have 3 minutes and 30 seconds left. It also surprises me because you've canceled, or HHS did, but apparently under your direction, $500 million in contracts using the mRNA vaccine platform that was critical to Operation Warp Speed. Again, an accomplishment that I think President Trump should get a Nobel Prize for. You canceled $500 million in contracts. Now, I grew up in a middle-class family, so $500 million seems, just to cancel, it seems like an incredible waste of money. But it also seems like a commentary upon what the president was attempting, what the president did in Operation Warp Speed, which is to create a platform by which to create vaccines. So there's just...
Oh, God, okay. I'm sorry. I couldn't pay attention to what he was saying for like the last 30 seconds because the woman directly to his left has just been like looking in the middle distance with the most like deadening expression that I've ever seen in my life. And I couldn't focus whatsoever. She finally looked away for a moment and I was like, oh, okay, I'm free. I can pay attention again. I need to go back. Give me 1 second.
President was attempting what the president did in Operation Warp Speed, which is to create a platform by which to create vaccines. So this just seems inconsistent that you would agree with me the president deserves a tremendous amount of credit for this.
Is this a question, Senator Cassidy, or is this a speech that you don't want me to answer? Because I want to answer that question.
Please, please.
If it's a question.
But be tight, please.
First of all, the reason that Operation Warp Speed was genius is it did something nobody had ever been done. I don't think any president but President Trump could do it. It got the vaccine to market that was perfectly matched to the virus at that time when it was badly needed because there was low natural immunity and there were people getting very badly injured by COVID. And then, but it was also brought in therapeutics like hydroxychloroquine and ivermectin and protocols for treatments. And there were no mandates. And then
okay, I have another question, so please, about 15
that's when
seconds.
I began litigating against President Biden's mandates. Now,
I'm sorry, let me go on because
in terms of me canceling those contracts.
I have limited time, Mr. Secretary, I'm sorry. You've called for, and rightly so, that we should restrict participation in agencies for those with conflict of interest. I would like to submit for the record a evaluation of the conflict of interest of those who are on the ACIP and the Vaccines and Related Biologic Products Advisory Board. It was not 97% as alleged, rather it was 6.9%, and it was 1.2%, I think, for the other panel.
Without objection.
Now, I am concerned, though, because many of those whom you have nominated for the ACIP board...
Senator,
excuse me,
you have the facts wrong in there.
Excuse me, can I have my time back?
Yes.
Yeah. What I am concerned about is that many of those whom you've nominated for ACIP have received revenue as serving as expert witnesses for plaintiffs' attorneys suing vaccine makers. Now, one of my colleagues in another setting alleged that you seem more interested in settlements than science. If we put people who are paid witnesses for people suing vaccines, that actually seems like a conflict of interest. Real quickly, do you agree with that?
No, I don't. It may be a bias, and that bias, if disclosed, is okay. But it's not a financial. It's not a financial conflict. It's not a financial conflict of interest.
Let me finish up. You also told Senator Wyden at the outset that you didn't want to take vaccines away from people. And as I conclude, I would like to say this. Because of the conflicting recommendations made about COVID. This is from Eric Erickson, good conservative out of Atlanta, Georgia, occasionally gives me help. My wife has stage 4 lung cancer. She is one of the people the COVID vaccine actually helps. Thanks to the current mess at HHS, CVS is unable to get her vaccine. Secondly, an email from a physician friend of mine. Hey, Bill, I'm not even sure what I'm asking you, but we're all confused and concerned about who can get the COVID vaccine. We are having our attorney try and render an opinion, but there's no firm guidance and concern about liability if vaccines are given to a patient who requests it, but not on the current CDC list. Pharmacists are requiring a prescription now even for patients over 65, creating a huge headache. I submit these for the record.
Without objection.
I would say effectively we're denying people vaccine.
Senator Cantwell.
You're wrong.
You're wrong. I mean, it seems like a pretty comprehensive response to a pretty thorough and indicting statement to me. But what do I know? I'm just the random guy with the YouTube channel. Peter, you had something, my friend, that you wanted to share. You had something pretty major about what you would reckon.
You're not going to like this. You're not going to like this.
Why am I not going to like this, Peter?
Uh-oh, the unredacted files.
Wait, is it? You're
backwards.
Hold on, I'm gonna mirror it. French diplomat Fabrice Aidon. Fuck. Okay, guys.
Aiden is in the Epstein files.
All right, so Peter, thank you very much for joining the show, buddy. We're going to have to do a little bit of Big Bad Mama. You're going to have to teach me how to edit live streams after they've gone live after this. No particular reason like that. Yeah, thanks for being here, Peter. Much appreciated. For some reason, though, it seems that you've been IP banned from the studios. So even if you try to rejoin on other accounts later on, it won't allow you to be able to join. I'm not really sure why. It's really just unfortunate tech issues. You know, they happen to the best of us. So me and Big Bad Mama are just going to take it from here, buddy. Thank you so much. No, welcome back to the show, Peter. Welcome back. I don't think
This is what Americans do when they find out they're in the Epstein files.
Basically. I just wanted to do a realistic reenactment, you know?
See?
wanted to make it at least feel real, you know?
And being from Canada, you know that's how your name is written in French.
Guys, I have a late-breaking announcement that, unlike Peter's, is actually good news. All right? You know how earlier I was talking about how Pam Bondi, when she was asked how many of the Epstein victims how many of the Epstein perpetrators had been indicted, when she kind of changed the subject and was like, oh, but the Dow, though, guys, let's talk about the Dow. Yeah. So, according to this, if it'll actually fucking load, which it doesn't want to, why aren't you?
Can I just point out that I had no problem sharing this page?
Yeah, you had no problem sharing anything at all whatsoever. It's true. I literally had to refresh the page and then it showed up. Thank you so much, Reach. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, sure.
Peter, I want to throw you out. I just wanted to let everybody know, though, congratulations, everyone. According to Pam Bondi, we're now officially allowed to care about ending child sex trafficking again, because the Dow Jones Industrial Average, $49,471. Whoop, whoop. Hell yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we can talk about the Epstein files again. The Dow is below 50 grand. That's all we need to do. That's all we need to do. We just need to keep it below 50 grand. Then we're allowed to talk about the Epstein files. Funny how that works. What were you trying to say, Peter? What were you trying to say?
No. I was done.
You were done?
I was done.
Better be fucking done.
Aiden, I got to get going.
Big Bad
Thank
Mama,
you.
Thank you very much for being here. Much
Good to
appreciated.
see you, BBM.
Take care.
Have a good one.
Yeah, good to see you guys. Bye.
Bye. And now I still haven't figured out what happened with the likes. So to bring you guys in on this, the likes, that was Hovin's likes exploded on Facebook.
Oh, really?
Really? Yes. Into close to 100,000 at some point.
Oh, really?
Which is really weird.
Oh, he's just botting again. That's what it is. If he got a whole bunch all at once. I mean, like, it's like his YouTube channel. Like, think about it. Kent Hovind official, right? Even, like, his most viewed videos for the last several months from his channel before it ended up getting taken down were, like, basically nothing. And don't get me wrong, there's plenty of YouTube channels out there that got a whole bunch of subs at one point, and now a whole bunch of them are just really inactive. But typically, like, people will unsubscribe to a certain extent if they aren't interested in a channel anymore. And if you have really high subscriber retention, in spite of the fact that your YouTube channel has been doing really poorly in terms of views, that's a little suspicious. Because that just
also
your audience is
YouTube will take away the bots after I think less than half an hour. It will filter out the bots or channels that have no interaction whatsoever.
Right. It's not to say that they can filter out all bots. Unfortunately, there's
they can, because I tested it out.
There's no major social media website that can filter out all bots.
I tested it out. I liked a stream back on Missing Mod with all of my sock accounts, and all of those likes were taken away within half an hour.
Oh, I think I remember that. But
yeah,
that's different though, because they're literally like, there's like literally farms, like engagement farms that exist in places like fucking Taiwan and China for these major social media websites where you can pay a certain amount of money and they'll just like have a group of people mass subscribe to your YouTube channel. So that is definitely a real service that you can have.
Yeah, but over time, even those will be taken away if the engagement drops, and you can't pay them indefinitely to interact with your stuff because you don't have the money. And definitely people like Owen won't have the money to do that or don't want to spend it on that. They will buy subscribers, but that's about it.
I mean, he basically admitted to buying stuff at one point, didn't he?
Yes, when his channel got taken down, he said, "Can we buy some subscribers back?"
Yeah, he was literally talking about it, how like YouTube will like pay us if you pay a certain amount of money, you can get subscribers back. So if we raise this amount of money, we can get our subscribers back from YouTube.
Yeah, which is basically him saying what he heard from his tech guys, that you can buy subscribers. The only difference is you can't buy them from YouTube.
Well, yeah. I'm pretty sure if you could buy
Oh, Spooky. You really think that? Ooh.
Wow. Wow, Spooky. I suspect half of Aiden's likes are from bots. You know what? More than half, Spooky. If you actually looked behind the scenes, I just have a whole bunch of old phones set up in my room that I have set watching this live stream.
You have a whole bunch of old folks?
Old
You have a whole bunch of
I said
folks.
old bones, but that sounds a lot more
Oh.
dark and dystopian, so I'm gonna go with that version. Yes, I actually literally have a crowd of elderly people who I've cajoled into this room, and who I'm basically like feeding a mixture of congealed slop in exchange for just sitting here and going, "Hey, your YouTube live stream is great, Aiden. It's the best."
If you want to go to the toilet, press the like button.
Oh God.
And then just leave him there.
Oh God. Now you're making me think about the logistics of it. And it's getting even darker because I didn't even think about that dimension. This is how you know that in spite of the mythology that you people aren't fully German, you still have strong German ancestry. Because what's the first thing you think of when I think
Dutch.
of a dark...
We have dark humor.
But think about it though, Peter. What's the first thing that you thought of when I was like, hey, Peter, imagine this horrible torture scenario with these old people locked up in this room. The first thing you thought of was, all right, how do we make it more efficient though? How are we going to optimize this setup, All right, old people, if you want to use...
I'm pretty sure most of Dutch comedy would not be allowed in the U.S.
I'm not even real in programming
Period.
for rock. That's so fucking true. That's so true. My debate with Reexamination, people are probably going to be like, oh, he's real because he had his camera on and reacted in real time and stuff. Hell no. Hell no.
That's not a problem. You can have an AI avatar real time.
Exactly. You see, they're exposing me for what I truly am right now. Peter, I have a video to show you. And you've probably already seen this video, but it's primarily for my audience. All right. And it actually relates exactly what Reexamination was saying right there. So thank you, Reexamination. I appreciate you following the prompt that I gave you off stream to come on stream and allow me to put this up. Yeah, I actually got it in time this time, Peter. Are you proud of me? It didn't take me 27 minutes to pull it up. I actually got it because Restream actually worked properly this time. It turns out
I also don't think that's Will Smith.
Working. No, it is.
That doesn't.
No. It's Will Smith.
It is?
No, it is. Trust me. It's not AI. It's not poorly made AI of Will Smith. You're gonna see. Will Smith eating spaghetti progression. This is literal footage of him eating it throughout all of these years. All right.
Sure.
Hey, Uncle Phil, come try this. Oh, that's hot. That's hot.
This part of my life
right?
is called being stupid.
I think I got 2025, and 2025 is actually looking pretty legit. 2023 is looking just completely fucking batshit. It's just looking completely bonkers. He's literally
That's a spaghetti beard.
Yeah,
That's
I was about to say
eating spaghetti.
It looks like he's a kung fu master at the beginning here.
Yeah,
that he's about to teach some sort of
It looks like Mr. Miyagi when he was younger.
Yeah, this is like a young black Miyagi. This is like a modern version of Karate Kid, where rather than Miyagi, or rather than the kid being black, unlike Daniel's son, it's actually Miyagi that's black in this even more woke version of Karate Kid. No, but it's completely batshit. It doesn't have any logic to it whatsoever. His fucking face doesn't make any sense. The fork is
Hey, Uncle Phil, come try this. Oh, that's hot.
And in 2024, it's basically the same thing. You actually don't really see a hell of a lot of progression between them. It's still all over the damn place. His face is still this weird, congealed Play-Doh mess. And then you have this weird, ground beef.
His head is too small for his body, too.
Yeah. And then you've got this weird, ground beef. He's inside
Look at the hands.
of a cube of ground beef right now as we speak.
Look at his hands. I mean...
Oh, my God. Yeah, you're right.
This part
Although
of my life.
I've seen those hands. What's the name of this terrible blonde American MAGA woman? She has hands like that. I forgot her name. Damn it. There's this blonde. You don't know who I'm talking about, Aiden?
I don't know who you're talking about, unfortunately.
Oh, now I have to go. How do I look that up?
Here. I'm gonna keep playing this though. While you're
Yeah,
doing
you
that.
keep playing it.
It's called being stupid.
And then yeah, you get to 2025, and I gotta be honest with you, that's a huge leap. 2024, 2025. This is at the point where it's like, okay, I can still tell it's AI. There's still little things that give it away, like his facial proportions just aren't quite there yet. But you can kind of get the impression that, at a passing glance, I'd probably fall for this. I'd be like, oh, it's Will Smith. He's eating
the freshest spaghetti and meatballs.
And then you hit 2026.
You realize this was made with AI?
No way, this is real.
Kling 3.0.
It can do all of that now?
Yeah. Nalama.
Yeah.
Even the sound effects. It's all made with the same prompt.
No way, that's not even possible.
Be careful. AI is dangerous nowadays.
Hey,
By the way, I found the name Ann Coulter. She has hands like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just look her up. Scary.
Huh. I had no idea. But that's true.
Mhm.
That's the progression of AI where we're at. We're re-examination now. He's attuned. He knows. He's advanced. This is like Grok 8.0 that we're dealing with right here. You think
Well, I'm suspicious because this is the guy from iRobot telling you to be afraid of AI. Meh. Mm.
Are you trying to share something?
No.
Oh, I thought you were like.
But he's the guy from iRobot, the movie.
Oh, is he?
Will Smith.
Sorry, I wasn't paying
man.
attention to what you were saying at all. Yes, Will Smith is the guy from the iRobot movie. That is
Yes,
correct.
and now
I
he's
am not
telling you
going-
to be afraid of AI when he made money of iRobot. Yeah. Well,
Well, wasn't the
they're
whole
making a
messaging of
sequel and
iRobot?
He's not in it.
Wasn't the whole messaging behind iRobot like suspicion behind AI? So that's not really even like a hypocrisy.
But they solved it at the end of the movie, didn't they?
Hey, don't spoil it. I haven't seen it. Hey,
Oh.
you can't spoil it like that. That's not fair. It's not fair. It's not nice. Can't do that.
You haven't seen iRobot?
It's true. I have not seen iRobot. Peter, I need you to understand something. Look, Peter,
These young
I
whippersnappers.
need you to understand something, okay? I could give you my top 3 Dostoevsky works, but I have not seen iRobot. That's who I am, okay, as a person, right? And that's just because I was always obsessed with reading, and I really didn't watch a whole lot of movies up until just recently. Like, it's only until the past few months that I've actually like started watching a bunch of movies at any decent pace.
So I couldn't ask you whether or not iRobot the book was better than the movie.
Aiden's only ever watched about 7 films. You know what, Spooky? Fuck you. I could give you my top 10 movie list right now. What's your top 10 movies, Peter? What's your top 10 movies, Spooky? Let's compare and contrast right now. Top 10 movies. Let's hear them, Peter.
Star Wars and Stargate. And then you're slightly above top 10.
Wow. What a cultured man. What erudite
And
words
I am
you just
proud.
cited.
I am very, very proud that
Erudite of
the most
obscure
prominent
words
goddess
you just cited
in one of those franchises I have an email exchange with. So there. That's the goddess that's actually real because she emailed me back. And still will.
Damn. Are you playing the field right now, Peter? Is that what's going on here?
No, I'm
Is
just.
there some subtext here that I'm not reading into?
No, I was
right now,
trying
my
to get
friend?
her to go back to YouTube and pick up where she left off, but she doesn't have time for it anymore.
Because
which is
normally
sad.
with most people, I'd be like, "Oh, that's scandalous, Peter. You can't do that." But like, You don't care.
Scandalous was the video that I made for her. Kinda, because I had her take off all of her clothes. She still liked it though, and played it on her show. So,
I just want to
there's
say,
that.
Spooky. This is just a joke. Please don't leave the chat, Spooky. You're great. I still haven't gotten your top 10 movies, Spooky. Deafening silence on the top 10 movies list. I should do that as a stream at one point. I should actually like get a top 10 movie list together.
I think one of them is Secrets of a Window Washer.
I want to see if you can guess one of them. I want to see if you can guess. Think about me as a person, Peter. You've known me for a while.
Mm-hmm. Think of you as a person.
Think
That's
about
gonna be hard.
no. I'm saying about like shut up. God fucking damn it, Peter. I'm fucking stoned.
I mean,
right
that's
now, okay.
you
No,
gave
listen.
me that one. Just
Listen, Peter.
Yes.
Hey, Peter. It's me, Joe Swanson from Family Guy. No, but
Are you trying to do a Dutch accent because you're
no,
failing?
I was trying to be Joe Swanson from Joe from Hey, Peter. Hey.
No. I honestly can say that I've never watched
you
a
never
single
watched
episode of Family Guy.
Wow. You see?
Or The
this guy tries
Simpsons.
to act like he's cultured. This guy likes
Or The Simpsons. I have tried to recreate The Simpsons, and I have been a little bit successful in that.
I've always been a fan of Arsenic and Old Lace. I have not seen either of those, but because you recommended them, Spooky, I'm going to put them on my watch list. Thank you very much.
That was spooky growing up. My son also always been fond of Arsenic and Old Lace. One thing he got from me, the other one from his mother.
Oh yeah. We're just gonna leave that up to interpretation as to who's who.
Earlier, Spooky said I said something that he inherited my laziness because so Spooky's my son, my internet son, and I said he inherited my laziness, and he said, "Yeah, I'm happy that I inherited mom's looks," and I said, "Yeah, would have been terrible if we had a daughter."
Oh god.
So that's the kind of humor that's been going on in chat.
I mean, I've got dank chats, dude. You can't deny it. Every single one of my chats has honestly been a pretty fucking dank experience.
And
I've
as
got
much
good-
as I'm proud to be Dutch, when it comes to humor, no one can hand it to the Brits.
Oh, it's one film. I thought that you were saying that those were two separate films. I see. I thought that those were two different films. Thank you for clarifying, Spooky. Thank you. No, what I was saying earlier was
Even I didn't know that.
I didn't. Yeah, I have no idea. It's you know what that gives me the impression of? Arsenic and Old Lace sounds like a 1950s like noir film. It sounds like a noir film, but it sounds
Spooky's
honestly.
mom.
But it sounds like a British noir film. It sounds like instead of like opening in like a drab Chicago office, it's gonna open in like
A
sophisticated.
Chicago office in a British film?
No, I said instead of opening on a Chicago
Oh.
office, like a typical noir. Hey Peter, hey, Peter, can you pay attention? Can you-
Well, it's been past midnight, so I'm just happy to be awake at all.
Hey, you can't do that. You can't be an asshole to me, and then when I turn around back on you, you'd be like, "Hey, man, what the heck? What did I ever do to you?" It's like, fuck
Yeah,
you.
I did.
You're the one that
Okay.
pointed it out in the first place, you dickhead. If you're not Dutch, you're not much. It could be true. It could be very true. But no, instead of
Yeah.
that, you open on like a wood panel British study. And like instead of like a cigar, they're puffing on like a pipe, you know? Like that's what I see as like the opener to Arsenic and Old Lace. It's a dark comedy. Hey, I'm still willing to watch. Hey, you know, dark comedies are pretty good. I like dark comedies. That might actually be amongst my favorite genres. So yeah, I like me a dark comedy. They're quite enjoyable. Peter, Do you feel honored? Usually, when you come on, it's like near the end of the show, and you only have like 5 minutes at most to be here before the show ends up shutting down. You've been here for a good long while now. How does it feel? How is the Aiden Linden live?
I kind of feel honored that I haven't been kicked yet. So,
I mean, you've been mock kicked a couple of times, but yeah, but actually been hard kicked.
Not indefinitely.
It takes a lot to get hard kicked from this community. I'm just gonna put that, and that's not encouragement. People out there in the chat, that's not just, oh no, I have a license to just go and do whatever the hell I want. No, you should probably still act reasonable. I give Peter license because he's really funny with his antics, right? There's a difference.
And I do the same in return.
He's like a little
if I
rascal.
had a show to speak of.
You know, he's a little rascal. He tries to get away with things, and if Dennis the Menace got caught every single time that he got up to shit, and he just got like put in his room, that wouldn't be a fun show, right?
If Dennis the Menace grew up, he'd be me.
Right. You're like a combination of Dennis the Menace and Calvin from Calvin and Hobbes. That's honestly what I see you as. You've read Calvin and Hobbes, I'm sure.
I'm pretty sure if anyone would ask Arn Ra about this, he would confirm.
Like, that's just the energy that you bring to any given conversation that you inhabit.
I can fuck with Arn on his own stream and get away with it. I mean, I made him dance now, so there's that.
That's pretty funny.
You haven't seen that yet?
You gotta send it to me, Peter. You gotta send it to me. I've not seen it.
I should be able.
Got a couple more things to look at really quickly here before we close the show out for the day, though. So I might just pull one of those up here. So this says, it takes 19 to 21 hours on a daily train to travel between Chicago and New York City, which is roughly the same distance as Beijing to Shanghai. A trip that takes only 4.5 hours by high-speed rail and runs 41 times a day in both directions. Our infrastructure is so far behind, and it's so true, because when you look at China, it's not a small country by any stretch of the imagination. It's a fucking gigantic country. And yet, they managed to build high-speed rail infrastructure that's completely unrivaled anywhere else in the world. And don't get me wrong, I'm no shill for the PPRC or anything like that. Like, I'm not trying to be out here saying that they're amazing, but you've got to give them credit where it's due. They've been capable of building infrastructure that puts America to shame. And if the major things that... What, Peter?
The Canadians have built infrastructure that puts us to shame, because when it snows here, trains are delayed, whereas I've seen trains go through the snow in Canada.
That is true.
At an alarming rate of speed.
And we still don't have high-speed rail out here, at least not out in the part of Canada I'm from. I'm not 100% sure whether or not they have any out west. Oh, I know you do. I know you do. I mean, the rail network.
I can be in Paris in just a couple hours.
Even in the UK, the rail infrastructure that they have out there is absolutely phenomenal compared to anything that we have out here. And don't get me wrong, in both of those examples, your countries are a lot smaller, which is why I bring up China in this example, because America and China are both examples of extremely urbanized countries. They're both examples of countries that have a lot of cities that are located within a relatively short area and would
remind me of something funny I did once. I told someone that I could drive to the other side of the country within an hour, and then did it.
Aiden's a Chinese commie. Fact. You know what? You know what? Just because you said that.
By the way, do we still have Christians in chat, or has everyone left the building?
Shut up, Peter. This
Oh,
chat
if you're
has
gonna
been
play that
taken
music,
over.
if you're gonna play that
It's been
music,
taken
then you
over.
have to put me full screen. Because that's got-
Attention, people in the live stream chat.
Look at the
This
text.
stream has been taken over by the People's Republic of China. And you know what? It's about time you Western pig dogs woke up and realized that you got a lot of catching up to do. America.
remove the comment
is
so
falling
people can
woefully
read what it
behind.
says.
Shut up, Western pig dog. I'm not going to accept your propaganda in here. I'm making a glorious speech. All right? The century of humiliation that China has endured has come to an end. Only now, with people like Daniel joining behind us in the red banner brotherhood, can we surmount America's global tyranny. Daniel,
yes,
are you willing to join us today in conquering America?
Oh, we're gonna take it over?
We're taking it over, Daniel. We're calling in the debt, baby. We're calling in the debt. That's right. All those trillions of dollars you guys owed. It's time to pay up, baby. Oh, wait. You can't pay up? Well, that's all right. Guess we just own everything now. Oh, you thought that you had your own industry? Too bad, baby. Guess we're going to have 99-year leases on your house and everything that you own. Too bad. Glory to the People's Republic of China. All right, this bit has seen itself through. Welcome, Daniel, to the show.
Hi.
Hope you're doing well.
Yeah, I'm doing great. I'm not sure what I walked into here, but I'm here.
I was about to wind the stream down, but you know what? Every once in a while, the chat just comes in and it gives you a really nice prompt. And that's exactly what Spooky did. And now I've realized, Daniel, not because I actually was one to begin with, but because somebody else told me that I'm a Chinese commie. I am, in fact, a Chinese commie. So now you know. Going forward. Ni hao. Hey, Daniel. Watch out now. Watch out. You want to get Tiananmen squared up. Oh, wait. I'm not allowed to say. Sorry. You don't want to get beep, beep. You want to get that. All right.
Yeah, have you heard about Taiwan? I mean, little China? China? Yeah,
sorry,
I mean,
little China.
The territory that is part of China.
Exactly, Daniel. Thank you. Thank you. I actually have heard of Little China. And you know what I've heard? I've heard how desperate they are to return to the proper values and how things ought be. And it's only through the glorious hand of Maoist Chinese policy that we can bring that back. That's right. People thought, oh, we're getting more moderate with things. We're going to start reverting to more Western stances. No. We just wanted to make that illusion so that we could bring it back. That's right. Maoism is coming back. No, I'm not bringing it back. I don't have the energy to do that.
Do you know like their feelings towards Taiwan, like what their like kind of narrative is on all of it? I've heard it before.
Yeah.
So basically like the when the communists took over, like there was the ruling class, they went to Taiwan and they stole all the money. They stole all the money from the people and they went to Taiwan, and that's why they have all these chips and stuff, because they're like super wealthy and they just stole it from the people.
Right.
They're super greedy capitalists, yeah.
Well, the Chinese Republican government that was led by Chiang Kai-shek was a very unstable government, and it was through a series of guerrilla warfare tactics and ultimately the massive damage done by the Japanese Empire in the Second World War that kind of enabled Mao to go from a pretty niche kind of rebel leader only leading a small little guerrilla band in the foothills to actually a major force to be contended with. And I mean, ultimately, Peter says, unmute me. I didn't realize that you were still muted, Peter. That's just me being a bad host. That's me being a bad host. Hey, I did it. I did it. You don't have to question anyone. I did it. You've been liberated.
I was just wondering what Daniel's response to this would be, because you blocked the text at the bottom. So make it big and take away the comments so people can actually read it.
Okay, what's the text? Where is it?
Make me full screen.
Yeah. Well, you
It
were
just
full
says
screen for 1 second.
Dancing for Jesus. Oh.
He's dancing for Jesus.
Well, at least he's dancing for Jesus.
Well, and he is dancing for Jesus on almost every week during his show, and I still get away with it. That's what I said. I can fuck with Aaron on his own stream and get away with it.
So Daniel,
yeah,
I have a question. Did you watch my segment earlier today about presidential pardons related to white collar crime?
No,
I haven't either.
No, I haven't. Yeah, I was gone for a lot of the day.
No, fair enough. It's not that I would necessarily expect that you would have watched it. It's just I'd recommend at some point, if you have the time, same with you, Peter, go give that a watch and see what you think.
I just noticed, where did Achilles go?
Oh, he's been out for a minute now.
It's probably on Proverbs, guys, because I think they're doing a stream too right now.
Oh, are they doing a stream right now? Hold on,
Yeah.
let me go check. Hold on.
Yeah, it's
I'm gonna
about
fact check Daniel. First, I had to fact check. By the way, Daniel, Peter got fact checked on the stream.
Oh,
yeah, I got fact checked.
Big time.
Were you spreading
my big bad mama?
My
so,
big bad mama, he smacked him down.
Yeah, don't spread that misinformation.
And we discovered that Aiden's in the Epstein files. I
Shut
showed
up!
the
Shut
receipts
up!
for that too.
Hey, Peter, shut the fuck up. We don't
I
need
have
that.
receipts.
We need none of that.
I
I'm
have
not gay.
receipts.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
You guys check out jmail.world, I guess it's called.
Yeah. Jmail.world. Yeah. Did you see the first email at the very top of it?
Oh, it's just like, ha.
Yeah, it's
world's
like
better off without you.
It's like the subject is like you are dead, and the main body of text is like good riddance, LMAO. And
take
it's just
her
like,
easy.
Man, I wish that was me, honestly. Like the envy that I have for whoever got to have that last little parting shot, you know?
Yeah, and like the whole world sees it once they open that up. They're just like,
Yeah.
who's this guy saying
Yeah.
what we're all thinking?
It's beautiful that that's the final one there. It really is like almost poetic that that's the final one.
Heard you died.
Yeah, LMAO. Yes, the Proverbs guys are in fact live. You see, at least when I fact check Daniel's actually right with his fact checks, ladies and gentlemen. That's
I only bring the truth. Come and see an Eastern Orthodox Church.
So was I when I showed that Aiden's in the Epstein files.
No, you didn't. And if you say
I
that
did.
again, I'm gonna. You know what? You're gonna face the wall, Peter. How's that sound? You're gonna face the wall. You're gonna bite the curb. Let me see here. I'm trying to find. There's one or two more things I have here that I want to cover before I end up heading out. Yes. Here is the next one.
I assume you already talked about the muted response in America versus Europe when it comes to the Steen stuff.
Yeah, well, at first we thought we were under the impression that they got released in Europe, and I had asked, well, if they got released in Europe, how did they, like, the full unredacted files? And then we were asking, like, well, how did they get a hold of it if the DOJ and FBI are, like, the only ones that really have it? But he also accurately came in here and said that Norway was prosecuting one of their major former prime ministers. And then there's also the whole Prince Andrew thing going on in Europe as well. So yeah, Europe is undoubtedly taking this way more seriously than the United States is. Like, there's no doubts in that whatsoever. But this was something that I wanted to bring up really quick. Tesla has over $800 million worth of Cybertrucks that nobody wants. Now, I'm going to pull up an article associated with that probably on the next show here, just because I'm going to be shutting it down pretty soon here. But I just kind of wanted to pull that up just to kind of do the same thing. Just kind of go, ha ha. Because who the hell actually wanted one of those things? That's what I want to know.
Pretty ugly.
Like, yeah, they're really ugly. They're made out of really shit materials. They break extremely easily. And don't get me wrong, back when like some of his first Tesla vehicles, like up until like the Model 3, I would say, or maybe even the Model S, I would say that I was one of those people that was like, oh, it's really cool that Elon Musk is like popularizing electric vehicles and making electric vehicles more mainstream. Like, that's pretty awesome. But ever since then, he just made vehicles that were shittier and shittier and shittier, almost to like test the waters and just kind of like gauge from the American populace. Oh, maybe if we
difference between the Americas and Europe.
If we lower the manufacturing standard approximately 3.9%, and only about 2 or 3 vehicles catch fire every single year, then that's an acceptable margin when you really think about it. Because the sales are so much higher than they were before.
Hitting the best part, because in Europe we fairly soon figured out that if you close the door too hard, the entire inside of the door is coming off. That's not supposed to happen on a car.
And typically, you don't want to see that on a car. That is very true.
Terrible build quality.
Agreed.
I guess it's for his robot army to drive around these trucks. It's like the robots will drive these trucks.
Daniel.
Yes,
you
Aiden.
And the cyber taxi is coming out very soon. Never mind the fact that in China they have entire giant industrial robot digging machines that can automate themselves and collect giant amounts of material and do construction sites without any human intervention. We have a couple of taxis that are able to kind of drive around a little bit and crash every once in a while. Isn't that cool?
I'm
It's like
super genius. Even though
no one's ever been smarter than me.
I don't have good social skills, but I'm going to go to Mars. So that's what I'd like to do, actually.
Tried to go to the island, and they didn't want me there. So
They said to get out.
I'd be all for it if we could send Elon Musk to Mars. Can we do that?
Yeah, just him, though. Just him.
Yeah, just him.
You know what, Elon? If you want to be the first ever person, and you know what, dude? You know what?
He can pick up the car too that he shot into space.
That's true.
We actually lost track of that. We lost track of that.
Does anyone know what car that actually is?
I thought that was
Tesla Roadster, I believe.
No, it's not a Tesla Roadster. It's the Tesla Roadster was built on a Lotus, and he got the prototype. And what did he do? The thankful son of a bitch that he is, he shot it into space.
So it is a Roadster then. Shut up.
That's what you.
He was right.
No, that wasn't a Tesla. That was still a Lotus.
Oh God.
And that was a special car, which then Lotus gave to him because it was special.
Was it not cool as shit that they were able to do that though? Like just conceptually.
If you give me something, and my appreciation would be, I'll shoot it into space. Would you think that was cool?
Peter,
I wouldn't.
Yes, I fucking would. Absolutely. If the thing that I gave you, I knew was like one of the few artifacts that would
will survive everything. Yeah.
After
one day aliens would come by and be like, what the heck is this?
It's like tantamount to like the fucking golden record that's on the Voyager spacecraft. And here I'm about to hear from Peter.
If it had been on the Voyager, that would be something different. Just shooting it into space isn't I mean,
Peter.
There's a lot of junk in space already.
But Peter.
Now yours is part of it.
But how many fucking cars are in space, Peter? How many cars?
Not a lot.
Not
Just
a
that
lot.
one. Just
Not
that
a lot.
one.
Pretty fucking limited inventory.
Although
on the
I
state
do
car
recall a song of one of my favorite artists, Jerry Reed, who sang about a line of cars between Earth and the Moon. So there should be more.
Is it like
Because otherwise, where did he come up with the lyrics of cars going to the moon?
Is it prejudice that I immediately imagine him as like some kind of like down under folk singer because of Mark Reed? I just don't. G'day, mate. It's me. His name's Reed. Therefore, he's Australian. It's prejudice.
You don't know who Jerry Reed is? He's the snowman.
No, I don't.
He's the snowman.
Who's the snowman? Who's the snowman? I don't know who that is.
Oh, damn.
Wow, Peter's really disappointed in me.
You actually don't watch movies, do you?
Peter, I told you. I literally warned you that I'm fucking extremely uncultured when it comes to movies.
Eastbound and Down. Load it up and truck him. No one. Not even you, Daniel.
No, I didn't watch that either.
What am I talking about?
Whatever show or movie you're talking about, I haven't watched it, so I wouldn't be able to answer that.
This is like when you're trying to do a comedy bit on stage, and it's just like, what's the deal with airline food? Am I right, folks?
That joke used to land,
right,
apparently, because I guess in the beginning they used to use air fryers, or like basically like mini convection ovens. They didn't call them air fryers at the time, but then they switched to microwaves, and like microwave food is terrible.
Well, yeah, like it's really bad.
Yeah, so that's like I think where the joke came from, but no one knows what it's about anymore.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where it's everybody just kind of expects airline food to be shit.
No one watched The Bandit. I can't believe it.
Look, Peter, okay.
Smokey and the Bandit.
Oh, I've been told to watch that so many times. I know, like I used to work with people with autism, and they love that movie.
Oh wow, what are you trying to say about Peter?
He might be on the spectrum like Elon Musk.
I don't know. It's
Are you also super smart? Do you also make AI?
Which means that all people who like really good movies are having autism. Is that what you're trying to imply?
I'm saying that, high functioning autism means that you like certain things, and that just happens to be one of them.
Peter just happens to be really interested in trains, okay? Just
Yeah.
because he can
You like the
tell
dollar
you-
store?
Just because he can tell
In
you
trains,
the exact,
there's no trains in Smokey and the Bandit.
in the exact schematics of
Ruined
a
cars
1922 Baldwin
and a redneck cop.
twin-engine locomotive that has dual motor suspension and a cow catcher that was manufactured in Birmingham at exactly 8:45 because he could tell based on the markings here as opposed to the ones made in Birmingham at 9:42 p.m. No, he can tell you all those things, but he's not on the spectrum, Daniel. Trust me. Okay. That's one of the things that always found really funny is that like
I'm a car guy. I don't know jack shit about trains.
You'll encounter. It was a joke, Peter. You see, that's another trait as well. You see,
Yeah.
they don't get social cues. They don't get social cues. They have a hard time.
Yeah, I do get social cues, but if someone is going to tell a joke, it better be a joke. Because you're now telling a joke, and I'm
for him, Daniel. I think.
All right, Peter, I'm gonna do a test.
I'm like, there was a joke. Was there a joke somewhere? Where's the joke?
That was pretty good, actually.
I mean.
Well,
if I were on Raw, and you were
and if you were on Raw, you would get muted like a little bitch right now, Peter. So sit the hell down and listen for a second. Go ahead and put up your unmute me thing all you want. Do it. But you know what? It's not gonna stop me from saying right here, right now, Peter. You gonna respect my authority, all right? You gonna respect it? You're gonna get out. He's very expressive. Even when he's unmuted, like even when he's muted,
He knows
has-
how to use that OBS.
He does. No, he's an
Obs.
OBS wizard. He really is. He knows many things about the OBS.
Maybe he's obsessive about OBS.
Ooh, it might even
dun, dun, dun.
might even be a special interest of his.
He knows more about it than anybody else.
No, but one of the things I was going to say was
Gaslight smart people into thinking they're disabled. You're really smart about that? You might have a problem.
I know some old
Maybe I
people
do.
that are like, back in my day, we never had autism. And it's like, okay, Mabel, yeah, you never had autism. That's why you have a collection of 2,300 spoons from all sorts of different eras and time periods that you can tell me all of the little details about. Just because, yeah, there was no autism back then.
Remember salad fingers? He liked
Yeah.
rusty spoons.
Yeah.
Like rusty spoons.
And it's not even like, just to be clear, it's not a bad thing to be autistic, not even slightly. Like,
Neurodivergency is good for the world.
well, yeah, I think there would be a hell of a lot less, well, not only a hell of a lot less innovation, but a hell of a lot less interesting content out there.
But we wouldn't have Cybertrucks.
Yeah, Daniel.
Yes.
You don't understand, Daniel. Do you want a Cybertruck, Daniel?
Every good thing has its downside.
I've thought about getting one, but
No, Daniel.
Just
I'll literally
still
I'll give it
unsure.
to you for free. How much money do you
Yeah.
want for the Cybertruck, Daniel?
I have
Just
about,
wait a second, then you'll
treat
get them
pity.
for free.
I'll give it to you. I have 800 million of them just sitting around. Right now.
Damn! I forgot. Spooky's right.
Hashtag spooky is right. Let's get hashtag spooky
Yes.
is right.
Yeah,
trending in the chat.
no. You asked how many cars are there in space? The lunar rovers.
Oh.
Yeah,
You
they're
leave those
technically
there?
cars.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
Damn, Spooky!
Oh,
I forgot about
buggies.
those.
Buggies.
That is true, spooky.
But-
That's a good point.
Those can't be real because we didn't land on the moon.
Oh my
really,
god.
According to some people.
It's impossible.
There's a certain person in this community that thinks that. So I don't know if I can really name their name specifically, but I might be able to give you
Specifically?
a slight hint.
I would go to the moon for vacation. I'd actually do that, I think.
Daniel, if you only had the opportunity to visit one place in the entire solar system, and just imagine that you could just go there and there wasn't like any harm or danger or anything like that. If you could just go somewhere, where would you go?
I mean, so the moon is like what I would do like practically, but if you're giving me that kind of freedom, like that I could go like anywhere and I wouldn't die, I would probably pick like I don't know, Ganymede, probably like a moon of Jupiter, because imagine how beautiful that site would look like just to see this giant gas giant in front of you.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I would probably pick I'd probably pick Enceladus or something like that around Saturn, or like maybe one of the shepherd moons around the rings of Saturn, just because it would be just so incredibly breathtaking to be able to witness that. I mean, like, it's the jewel of our solar system, and to be able to see it in that kind of perspective would just be absolutely phenomenal. I mean, let's be honest. For as cool as the inner solar system is, the outer solar system is way cooler. It's just got so much stuff.
I think Daniel just missed a fantastic opportunity.
Like, when you ask kids, though, like,
Daniel,
just real quick-
wouldn't you want to go to MSH 1552? 15
Yeah, the solar
1552?
system. He said the solar system.
Huh?
Is that in our solar system, Peter?
No, he asked you where you could go anywhere in space.
No, I said anywhere in the solar system.
Oh, in the solar system. Okay.
No, if I could go anywhere whatsoever,
So, but do you know what MSH 1552 is?
No, remind me. Or just tell me about it. I don't know if I even know about it.
It's a giant cosmic hand. NASA named it the Hand of God.
Yeah, but it wouldn't look that way from inside. I
Right,
don't
that's
know.
what I was about to say. Like
Yeah.
you'd have to observe it else. You know what I want to do?
Tabby
If I
Star
could-
would be interesting.
If I could go
Why would you
anywhere-
think about what God looks like inside?
If I could
really
go
find that
anywhere,
tad creepy.
in the universe though, and observe, like if we're just throwing the solar system out and just allowing to go anywhere, I would go to Andromeda specifically because I want to see what the Milky Way galaxy looks like. We have ideas of what it looks like. We have rough estimations, but that's like being in the middle of a pizza and trying to guess about what the pizza looks like. Like, yeah, we can get general estimates of where the pepperoni are, and okay, we can kind of order that in an
You
image.
guys have no compassion at all.
You got to go out.
You guys
You got to go outside of the pizza to know what the pizza looks like. And I want to die
You
knowing
just
what
have-
the Milky Way looks like.
You just lack compassion.
What do you mean
What
I
do you
lack
mean-
compassion?
Why? Because we
Well,
didn't
if
want to go the
if you
hand of
could go
God?
anywhere in the solar system, where would you go?
Where would I go?
I would
told
go
you.
to Pluto, and I would tell Pluto, I think you're a planet.
Would you give it a big hug?
Yeah, I would give it a big hug because Pluto deserves a
Hey,
hug.
but think about this though. It always has Charon with it. It's never alone. It always has a
has what?
companion. Charon.
Charon?
Corn.
Charon?
I don't know.
Charon.
I gave up when I learned that we don't have just one moon.
Oh yeah, we got a few of those because we always have these near Earth objects. Like we're in a constant shooting gallery. It's amazing that we don't get destroyed. It's
Well,
like
there's
the
different.
grace of God always keeps us safe somehow.
There's different theories about that. At first, it was
Well,
thought that
the grace of God might be the moon because the moon is taking the most of the brunt.
Well, you know what their
Story.
argument's going to be at that point, though, Peter. Their argument's going to be, well, look at how special our place is compared to all the other places out there. Look at how everything aligned in just such a way that it allowed the Earth to exist and for life to exist
Yeah.
the way that it does. And it's like, first
And
of all,
now I have to bring up the puddle analogy. Really? Really?
Yeah, I know the whole. That's from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, isn't it?
The puddle analogy.
The cosmic puddle.
Well,
That's
I've
what Hitchhiker's
heard
Guide
it
to the
considered the
Galaxy.
fishbowl. Like you
See,
talking about
How
you
the
see,
puddle,
when you
how
bring
the
up
puddle
literary
thing said,
references,
this hole in the ground is look how perfectly it is because I fit exactly in it.
just deep enough, and it's
Yeah.
just the perfect
It
width.
fits every shape
and-
of my body.
And I wouldn't have it any other way except the way that it is right now. And it's like, okay, well, I'm sure there's going to come a day because let's face it, our actual ability to observe exoplanets right now is very limited. I think the best way that we can look at them right now is through the James Webb Space Telescope. And even then, we're only getting a few general ideas about what these exoplanets are and what they look like. One of the biggest problems about trying to observe exoplanets is the primary way that we have been trying to observe them is either by observing the wobble that stars will have gravitationally and or try to observe the transit of the planet itself over the front of the star. And in both of those instances, gas giants are going to be way easier to spot than rocky terrestrial objects are going to be able to be spotted. And
Every
don't
time
get me wrong,
hear someone say gas giant, I think of Donald Trump, but maybe that's just
I can't blame you. I really can't. But
I mean, I've seen him fart on screen twice now. I mean, that's the only thing I can think of.
I shat my pants in front of the American people, folks. It's true.
Yeah.
It's true. Well, I totally lost what I was talking about right there. I'm sure I'll talk about it on another show.
You're talking about like exoplanets.
Yeah. Okay.
Mass
So shut the fuck up, Peter. You're gonna make me. Yeah. I'm gonna mute you again. I'm gonna mute you again. It's gonna happen. But like the reason why we know of all of these like hot Jupiters and stuff, all these planets that are super close to their stars, a lot of them being even closer in their orbits than Mercury is.
Because they're easier to detect.
Yeah, they're easier to detect. And it's the same thing for super Earths, which, yeah, we don't have an analog. Well, we might have an analog for it in our solar system. Planet 9 might be a super Earth if Planet 9 does indeed
Don't you
exist.
talk about Planet 9.
No, I'm not allowed to talk about Planet 9 now.
Not on YouTube.
And it's good. It's good that you didn't get distracted by the chat. That was good.
Planet X. That's what we will call it now. It is not Planet 9. It is Planet X.
Or Nemesis. That's another one. But Nemesis was supposed to be a brown dwarf. It's supposed to be like a failed sun that's like on the outside, and that explains how things in the Oort cloud could come into the solar system.
What's up, Peter?
I said it's a good thing that you didn't get distracted by the chat.
Yeah, and I'm not going to get distracted by the chat. I know what you're trying to do, Peter. I know
Peter said that twice now, so
yeah,
someone said something that might affect you.
Good thing that you're not looking at the chat right now.
Not looking at the what?
Stop what you're saying now.
Don't look at what Spooky just typed.
You know what?
Don't look at what Spooky just said.
I'm going to just suspend all of my faculties and just immediately abandon what I was talking about. Oh dear, I've forgotten about what I was saying. Oh,
Peter's part of the program so that you can't talk about Planet 9.
That's true.
He's actually paid.
Did you notice that? As soon as I brought it up, Peter was like, hey, by the way, look at the chat. Look at the chat. Look at the chat. Look at the chat. Yeah. I was hoping you were going to keep saying number 9 so that we could do like a psyop kind of thing right there. Some kind of like sleeper agent thing where somebody in like Venezuela would be listening to the live stream and be like, just get woken up.
Yeah, you just say the passcode, just like, there's glass in my hot dog bun. Someone just activates it. What?
What are the numbers, Mason? What do they mean?
What do they mean, Mason? I had a friend named Mason. He came back from the military, and I used to just say that to him constantly. He's just like, cut it out. I'm just like, what do the numbers mean, Mason? Tell me.
No, but the whole super Earth thing, which is like a terrestrial object that's like a few times the mass of Earth, but not large enough to be a gas giant. Like we see a lot of those as well because those are also a lot easier to detect because they have larger mass. And I feel like as we improve our technology and improve our ability to be able to actually look at these things, we are going to be seeing a fair amount of Earth-like planets. I think anything that is like anywhere near exactly analogous to the Earth is going to be pretty hard to find. But I think at the same time, I think given enough time, we're also going to find environments that put this one to shame. I think we're going to find planets that are going to be a lot more ideal than the one.
I refuse to believe that.
I know,
this
because
is the best
the Bible
planet
tells
in the
you.
whole universe.
I know the Bible tells you that, Dan.
And also, I think it's all fake news. They think that some people think there's life on Mars or something. I don't believe that for a minute.
I mean, in subterranean underground chambers, who knows, Daniel? Who knows?
Lies.
They could be there. They could be there.
I'm sure
Be
they'll
hanging
come up with
out.
some AI deepfake. They'll be like, there's microbes that are there.
Look at the AI microbes, everybody.
They can convince you that evolution's a thing. I don't think so.
What's
I
up,
refuse
Peter?
to
What
believe
is
it.
this, Peter? What's this?
Number 9, number 9, number 9, number 9, number 9, number 9.
Wow. Thank you, Peter, for that.
Agent number 4897268
This really helps your case that you don't have ASD.
Number 9.
You guys just
number
hate
9, number
the
9.
Beatles. You hate the Beatles. I mean, I can't.
You are the most.
I mean,
Dude, you're not helping your
The
case
fact
with
that you
every
haven't
time you
watched
bring something up.
Smokey and the Bandit, okay, but hating on the Beatles?
Daniel, this is the guy that just a moment ago I was like, oh, I really want to go check out the Andromeda Galaxy so I can check out the Milky Way. And his response was like, you're the most inconsiderate person that I
You should have
know.
went to Pluto and told them they're a real planet, like that Rick and Morty episode I saw.
Yeah.
All right, bro.
I mean, don't you think Pluto feels bad by now? By not being a planet anymore? I mean,
no one cares.
It's
a
worse
planet.
enough. It's worse enough
mean-
to be named after Mickey Mouse's dog. I mean,
Look,
that-
Peter,
that-
Peter,
Greek
you're
god.
a hypocrite, and I'm about to prove that you're a hypocrite live on air. Not only are you a poor source maker, but you're a hypocrite, and I'm about to prove it. You make fun of Lupin for the fact that he wants legitimacy even though he hasn't gotten a job. But here you are trying to make the case for Pluto, even though it can't even be bothered to clear out the material from its direct orbit, thus not classifying it as a planet under the International Planetary Observational Committee. I mean,
it doesn't
come
even
on.
have a job. Yeah.
It doesn't even have a job. It's true. It's literally sitting there. It can't even fully orbit on its own. It needs Charon to be there to like help it out with the orbit. It's like, oh, help me out here, man. Come on. I need some help. It doesn't even have a barycenter in its own planetary area. The barycenter is between it and its moon. Like, that's a beta planet. I'm sorry, dude. It's beta. Yeah. Beta energy. You think the Earth has a barycenter outside of its surface? Hell nah. The Earth asserts its dominance because our planet is great and it's freaking awesome. Okay, I'm not acting like it's the best one to ever exist because that's probably not true. But you know what? It's the best one that we know of right now, and that's fucking good enough as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. I still think that a better one would be where there would be actual intelligent life. That did it. Killed everything.
All right, now I am looking at the side chat.
Brianna feels betrayed that Spooky would hide her radio. All right, guys. I'm going to be shutting it down. I am hungry. It is 6 o'clock where I'm at. And you know what? I've got some pizza left over from last night. You know it's legit because it's second day pizza.
I want to know who the fifth guy is.
No, Peter. I need you to
there's three of us. No, hold on. There's three of us and Spooky's in the chat. And there are 5 people watching. Who's number 5?
Well, I'm not
6. Oh,
I'm not watching the stream while being here. Like,
right. I'm not. The only reason I know it's 6 is because the little icon right next to the live thing says that there's 6 people watching right now. But yeah, I'm not in the stream right now.
2 lurkers.
We got 2 lurkers. Well, no, there's 3. Yeah, there's 3 people on the panel right now. So yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, I just have a question for you, Peter.
Yes.
We may disagree on a lot of things, but would you agree that when you go to a pizza place and you get a really nice thing of pizza, that the day afterwards it's even better because like the flavor inside of it is kind of like had a chance to kind of like marinate
No. And I can tell you why.
God, you're such a fucking contrarian, dude. You're such a contrarian.
Because the day after there wouldn't be any pizza left if I'm in the house.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just saying. I'm
do
not
you use
leaving
an air fryer, or what do you use to heat it back up?
I mean, would you?
I don't heat it back up. I eat it when it's fresh, and then
I meant to
it's gone.
Peter, you probably use like you probably make a pizza sandwich is what you do, Peter. You probably stack multiple slices of pizza.
He puts peanut butter on his
You
pizza.
know nothing about the Dutch. We don't stack shit on sandwiches. That's something we don't do.
Yeah, but you're also the same group of people that, like, if I go to your house and I drink, like, a cup of tea from you, I'm going to get a tiki from you for, like, 75.
No, if you drink a cup of tea, I'd make you famous because we don't have tea.
You're going to send me a tiki.
No, because if you were to come, like, by my house and drink a cup of tea, that would mean that you brought the tea with you.
Can you explain the tiki?
There's no tea
to Daniel.
here.
Can you explain the tiki, please? Because I don't think he understands the tiki system.
So basically, you get a tiki torch and you do a procession around the town. And you say, "We will not be replaced."
That's 1K.
It is that is wrong because if you're going to the Netherlands and you give someone a tiki, that means that you're giving them money. It's a system that's only in the Netherlands. It's called a tiki, and you give people money.
Yeah. For like the smallest thing, you could go to some. No, it's not that you give them money. It's that you get money requested of you. Like if I go to your house, yes. If I go to your house and I eat an apple, it would not be unusual in your society for you to send me like a €1 tiki and be like, "Hey, pay me back for that apple." And it's like, What the hell, dude? That's the most Ferengi
the
society
Dutch are
ever.
famous for that. We
Be ashamed
invented
of yourself,
copper
Peter.
wire.
You have no compassion.
No,
Exactly.
we invented copper. Do you know how copper wire was invented, Daniel?
You didn't invent copper. The sun invented
Do
copper.
you know how it was invented? It was two Dutch people fighting over a cent.
It's a pretty good joke. All right, guys.
Well, it's true.
All right, I'm closing her down. Daniel, Peter, everybody that's watched the stream, thank you. Big Bad Mama, Dustin, Reexamination, Spooky, Krista, Claude, Christian, Achilles. I think that's almost everybody. I feel like I'm doing an
And I
Oscar
have one
acceptance
off-air
speech at this
question later, Aiden. Just
Layden.
one.
All right.
Aiden, I want it off.
More like laden to his own stream.
Got it. Anyways, talk to you guys later. I'm putting everybody backstage and doing the outro.
Aiden's in the Epstein
Peace.
files.
Peter sucks. That being said, have a good one, everybody.